Hi everybody. Karibu nishangae we najua lakini sometimes unajua mwalimu lazima achelewe sometimes. Hi everyone. Come on in. You know what's up.
Hold my spoon.
Come on in. You know what's up. You know
This morning.
what's up. You know what? Yeah, I know there's so many things that goes on TikTok. Come on in. You know what's up. You know what? Yeah, I know there's so many things that goes on TikTok. I know there's so many things that goes on TikTok. Don't wish me happy Valentine, guys. I do not celebrate that shit, bruh. The only thing I celebrated this week was my birthday. Don't wish me any happy Valentines. Don't wish me any happy Valentines. Why you late, teacher? I'm late because I was busy, guys. I was busy. Yes, you guys know what's up. Who is this that you're dating, you're involved with? That is a personal thing. We missed you. I missed you guys as well. What's the astrology? Leo. The energy has been heavy. You know what it was. You know the ritual that everyone is participating in. You know the ritual that everyone is participating in. You know, guys, there's nothing you will lose if you don't participate in these things, as long as you don't comprehend where it's coming from. Don't participate in things you don't know where it's coming from, guys. And I keep telling you this. Today, actually after today's live, you will know why. I don't even need to explain myself. So let's start. First of all, you know that we have three main topics today. And the first topic that we're going to deal with is, as I arranged them on my poster. You can go check my poster right now if you don't know what we're talking about. But I am here to talk about the Tucker and Vladimir Putin's interview. What Kenyans are supposed to take from it. Not Kenyans, what Africans. You know, I'm used to Kenya because it's my country. What Africans are supposed to take from it, especially Kenyans. And then lastly, I wrote that I was to speak about how to navigate Pluto in Aquarius. And that is the topic that I'm going to start with today, guys. Today I'm going to start with the topic. Guys, the people who are asking me questions that are not necessary. Don't ask me if I'm single. If you think you can ride this ship, just, bet on yourself. Don't come here asking me, is there space? I don't answer to such kind of questions. So, we are going to be talking about how to navigate Pluto in Aquarius. That is what I'm going to start with, so that by the time I'm discussing Putin's interview, if there's anyone in the comment section who would like to discuss the Putin's interview with me, if you've watched it, if you have interest in it, come on, so that we discuss it today. I will get you on. But then I'm just starting with it's all connected. How to navigate Pluto in Aquarius is all connected with the interview. It's all connected with everything. So if you're going to be here today, prepare to have your mind blown. And as you know, when Pluto gets into Aquarius, there's no assembly that is going to be called to tell people that, now knowledge is being transformed. As I told you, my students who are always here, I told you Aquarius is I know. Aquarius is the zodiac sign of I know. Aquariuses are born knowing. So knowing what? Knowing self. If you are an Aquarius, what the universe is trying to tell you is that you were born knowing yourself. But then there's a difference between knowing self and believing in that self that you know. There's a difference between knowing self and seeing that self that you know. So other zodiac signs also are mandatory for you when you are navigating this. I don't know whether my sound at the back is interrupting anything. If it is interrupting anything, just tell me so that I reduce the volume. But we are going to start here with how to navigate Pluto in Aquarius. You know right now, Pluto has not been in Aquarius for a very long time. Pluto enters every sign after every 200 years. Please reduce by now. What can you reduce? Me, I always want you guys to enjoy. Anyway, so let me reduce the volume. I just want it a little bit like chini ya maji, chini ya maji. Chini ya maji. Yeah, chini ya maji. So, definition of, thank you so much. That's amazing. But anyway, what I'm here to talk about is Pluto enters a sign after every, like for Pluto to make its full cycle. It does it after every 200 years. And today I want to tell you guys what Pluto is, what Pluto entering Aquarius means, and then after that I will discuss the Vladimir Putin and Tucker's interview with regards to Pluto entering Aquarius, and then everything will just make sense to you, because these are things that you're supposed to be taught in school. These are some of the things you remember when you were in school, when they used to ring the bell and coming to tell you that, oh, now we are announcing this. Astrology are the things that are supposed to be announced. These are some of the things that they are supposed to be saying, like the bell is supposed to be rung for people to be told that, you know, Pluto has just entered Aquarius, so you must rise to the occasion. So now, what does it mean when Pluto enters Aquarius? Before I even teach you how to navigate it. What is Pluto entering Aquarius? Pluto is the planet of transformation. Pluto is the planet of transformation, and Aquarius is the zodiac of I know. So when the planet of transformation is entering the sign of I know, the planet of transformation is entering the sign of I know, then it means that knowledge is changing. That is one of the things that you need to know. Knowledge is transforming. That marks the transformation of knowledge. And what does transformation of knowledge mean? What you've known. What you've known for the past 200 years is about to change dramatically. What you've known for the past 200 years. You know, nobody is 200 years old here. So literally what our ancestors knew, what our parents knew, what our grandparents knew, it's about to change, all of it. All of it. And the way it's going to change, prepare to be shocked. Because things as you knew them are going to be transformed. Like literally what has been at the bottom is being brought up. What has been at the borders. When you look at the solar system, and today I want to give visuals as I teach. When you look at the solar system, you realize that Pluto is at the farthest end. The sun is at the very middle. The sun is at the very middle. The sun is the magnetic pole at the very middle. And then at the very farthest end, that is where you find Pluto. So Pluto literally is a transformer. It is the planet of transformation. When you look at the best way for an African to see what Pluto is, for an African who, you don't know geography, you don't know anything, the best way for you to see, the best way to put it in layman's language, I want you to look at cities. Cities are the magnetic poles. Like for example, here in Kenya, Nairobi is the magnetic pool of Kenya. These things that they call capital. When you go to a place like, Sudan, what is your capital city in Sudan? When you go to a place like Ethiopia, what is your capital city? Addis Ababa or something. When you go to a place like Uganda, you find Kampala. When you go to a place like Tanzania, you find what? So all those capital cities, those are the Khartoum, yes, that is Sudan. Those capital cities, they are the sun. They are the sun. And then at the outskirts of the capital cities, at the fringe, Putin would call it at the fringe, at the very outcasts, that is where you find Pluto. Pluto are the villages. You know, villages are usually very far from the cities. And villages are usually the ones who hold on. Like, you know the Maasai, the Himba tribe of Namibia. You know, these are the Samburu of Kenya. These are people who are at the farthest end. So when you hear that Pluto is entering Aquarius, then know that those people at the farthest end are coming to the middle. Spotlight is showing on them, like literally what they know, what those people at the farthest end know is what is going to be running the world. The world is no longer going to be run by the cities that we've known for the past 200 years, the rules that we've known for the past 200 years, the trend, the education system, the healthcare system that we've known for the past 200 years. Those are not going to work anymore. That is what it means when Pluto is entering Aquarius. Those are not going to work anymore. The biggest magnetic pull that we've had And it has been the United States of America. Everybody wanted to go to the United States of America. Has been the biggest magnetic pull that we've had in our generation. Everyone from Korea wants to go to America. Everyone from India wants to go to America. Everyone from China wants to go to America. Everyone from Africa wanted to go to America. So the European imperialists, the Europeans are the United States. You know, the United States are the army. They are the soldiers of the European Union. They are the soldiers. So they were the ones who are dictating the trends, dictating the movies you get to watch, dictating the story you get to follow, dictate what you get to buy. But then when Pluto enters Aquarius, then it means that the villagers, the ones who did not follow anybody, the ones who have lived their lives, who did not follow anybody, who have not been following anyone for the past 200 years, and you can already see them. They're already like the world is already ushering them in. Those are the ones who are now coming. What they've held on to, those are the custodians of the law. Those are the ones who are now coming in the middle to dictate what we know. Okay? And it will happen naturally, whether you like it or not, whether you kithni or you ndekni. It must happen. And so, as I always say, as above, so below. As macro, so micro. So even in your individual lives, even in your family setup, even in your relative setups, know that this is the time where those people in your families that you used to consider like the ones that did not matter at all, the ones that who whatever they had to say nobody cared about, those are the ones who are now going to be running your family, because they're the ones who are going to be in charge of your generational wealth. The generational wealth that is coming into their hands. So imagine generational wealth coming to the hand of the sibling that you disrespected the most. Imagine generational wealth coming into the hands of the families that you did not think are anything in this particular planet. That is what is happening. And so how do you navigate? That is what I am here to tell you. We love to see, yes, that is what is happening. It will happen whether anybody likes it or not. The only way to stop it is to bomb the whole world. Which at this particular point, Sirius is back. You cannot. The whole world is awake. The whole world is watching right now. So you cannot. So that is what is happening. You should, if you're somebody who you disrespect people who dress in their traditional attire, you meet people in town who are dressed in some Himba tribe attire or some Samburu attire, and then you think that these ones are very stupid. Why are they so behind? Remember, that is where we are going. They are the ones now who are going to dictate where we go into the future. Now, let's continue. I've already explained. I hope somebody has understood what, astrology is easy to understand because it is our language. It is the natural language. This is the language that our ancestors got into after not speaking. Remember, evolution doesn't begin with human beings speaking. There's a point in time where human beings don't speak at all. They go by numerology. They go by observing the planet. And when you observe the planet, what you come back to is astrology. And astrology, you can comprehend it. Like literally, I know when a white person, and you must also know as Africans, we have different languages from white people. These people have a language of this is why it is difficult for some people to comprehend when white people are talking about astrology, because their language is literally upside down of ours. So when they explain certain things, you will not get it. Don't even try following. And that brings me to my second point. Get news early. Now this is the first point actually. After explaining what is Pluto in Aquarius, now I'm telling you how to navigate. I'm telling you how to navigate Pluto in Aquarius. Get news early, my friends. Right now we have social media. Don't be a villager where news that people from Nairobi got on Monday, you are getting it on Friday. Surround yourself with people who are informing you every time. Stop following people who are nonsensical in your life. If you follow someone on social media, you should ask yourself, what is this one bringing to my table now? Do I follow this one to annoy me every day? Am I following this one because I'm jealous of this one? Leave those ones alone. Use social media to help you track. Because right now, astrological timelines are very delicate, my friend. My friend, when it is a day to take action and you decide to fail, you will regret. When it is a day to rest and you decide to sign a contract, you will regret it. So right now you must get into the astrological timeline. And naturally, how to know astrological timelines is just stay the news. Make sure you get news firsthand. Make sure you are following news outlets, and the news outlets right now is nonsense. There are people who are dedicated here on social media who are always giving you news that is raw, that is true, that is authentic. Empower these people. Ensure that you get news early. Chelewa utapata mwana si wako. Our ancestors would say, chelewa utapata mwana si wako. And to translate that, somebody translate for them in the comment section. Chelewa utapata mwana si wako. You news that we got last week is when you're getting it today. And some of you are that behind so much that even your timeline, even your For You page is always behind. Something that us we saw last month is when you are posting it today. Don't be that kind of a person, especially things of interest to you. Make sure you get them fast. Get things of interest to you fast. Position yourself in a way that you get things that are of interest to you fast. Don't be a drunkard. Don't walk like a drunkard. You don't know where you're going. You don't know when you're getting news. You don't know what is happening. You can't afford that right now. When Pluto is in Aquarius, you can't afford to not know. And the earlier you know, the better. Wait, if you are late, you'll find the child is not yours. Yes. Chelewa utapata mwana si wako. Chelewa ni wait in English. Chelewa. Hesitate, ama. Is it wait or hesitate? Hesitate and you'll realize the child is not yours. You'll find out the child, yes, let you'll find the child is not yours. We will translate it the way it is, Bana. Right now, don't even be scared that you are not speaking good English. My friend, the type of competition that we have, because when it comes to the age of I know, when Pluto enters Aquarius, when what we know changes, then literally the most authentic are the ones who are going to shine. Delay. Nice. Now this one is the one who has found it. Jauba, you are very smart. Delay. But there's others. Drag. Yes. Delay, and you will find that the child is not yours. That is what that Kiswahili verb is saying. Chelewa, utapata mwana si wako. So position yourself. Find friends, and especially Kenyans, you have the worst mainstream media. The Kenyan mainstream media is bottom of the barrel. It is the most low vibrational of all mainstream medias of the world. It does not help anybody. It does not give you any information that can help you with astrological analysis. So as a Kenyan, get away from watching TV. Get away from Citizen. Get away from NTV. Get away from KTN. Get away from K24. Go find, you can even have friends. There are even WhatsApp groups where people share news that is happening. Be with people who are happening. Have friends who know what is happening. Current affairs lazima. Now, the next thing that you will be doing to navigate the Pluto in Aquarius is this. You must know where you individually belong in space, my friend. Where do you belong in space? This is a question that when I ask certain people, I know you will not have the answer to. Right now, we will not ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Right now, we will not ask you, what is your profession? Right now, we will not ask you, what is your career? Right now, we will ask you, where do you belong in space? Where do you belong in space? And the moment you figure out the process, the phenomenon of figuring out where you belong to space is what is called psychic. What is it to be psychic? Some people are usually say, oh, she's psychic. I'm a psychic. Or Mera Khalid, stop this shit, Bana. I don't want to go live with you. Don't be like, now let me block you. So let me tell you, psychic abilities translate, the definition of having psychic abilities translates to knowing your individual position in space. What is your bearing? Where do you belong in space? In space, we have 12 energies, of which there are 13. 13 different types of energies that are constantly moving and vibrating and mixing with each other. And these are what we call the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 zodiac sign. And they're usually 13. The 13th one is space. The space itself is also an energy. And therefore, meaning you must become psychic in order to navigate Pluto in Aquarius? Are you here to help people use themselves? Are you here to help people know themselves? Are you here to help people see themselves? Are you here to help people analyze themselves? Are you here to help people feel themselves? Are you here to help people love themselves? Are you here to help people believe in themselves? What are you doing here? We don't want to know whether you are a doctor or what. Those ones are nonsense. Those ones are the nonsense of the white supremacists that we are now getting away from. It will not matter. Your position is in space, where you belong in space will matter more than any other thing you introduce yourself as or any other title you use. Now, you must know where you belong in space, and I will teach you how to know. Now, how to know where you belong in space is you must align your 6 senses. There are 7. The seventh sense is the summation of all the 6. Now we have 7 senses. Let me just say, align your 7 senses, which are the 7 chakras. Align your 7 chakras. What does the pattern on your face mean? You listen to what I'm saying, my friends. Please listen to what I'm saying. So I hope somebody's with me. Bae, I need your help. With what, my dear? I love those earrings. Thank you so much. Yes, those who are with me, I want us to move. And don't allow these people who are bombarding me with questions that do not matter to overshine the comment section. You know, when you see somebody asking me a stupid question, just say, I am with you, so that I continue. We are with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, you must align your 6 senses. Aligning your 7 senses. I don't know why I keep saying 6. It's just because it is 6 and then the 7th one is the summation of the 6. Now, aligning your 7 senses is the same as aligning your 7 chakras, and it is the same as these things people say, opening your 3rd eye, so you having an awakening or whatever. Now, what is the process of that for anybody who doesn't know? Or maybe you went through your process without, the knowledge of it. So if you went through your process without the knowledge of it, I am going to tell you what happened. But if you haven't gone through your process of awakening yet, then I'm going to tell you how you might want to trigger it. So if you're watching this live right now, I want you, if you're watching this live right now and you do not know how to open your 3rd eye, how to align, how to awaken, this is the easiest way to know it. Now, this is you will not hustle. This is the easiest way to know it. And people who are awakening right now, you are the spoiled children of the universe. You are awakening when everybody has dealt with the meat. Like literally, you are awakening when people have dealt with so much that they've already simplified things for you. So if you are awakening right now, look at yourself as one of the most favored, because now your awakening will be very easy. As people who are awakened, we will not laugh at you when you have your, when you have your experiences that throw you off balance and make you freak out and start crying on the internet or shouting on the internet. There are certain things that come with awakening. And people who went through awakening when the old world was asleep, I'm sure you were laughed at. Personally, I was. You were laughed at, you were ridiculed, you were made the laughing stock of certain witch hunting groups. Because spiritual awakening is not anybody's mother. When your brain is fighting your heart, it is not anybody's mother. You can even look like a crazy person to people who are observing you from the outside, because they don't know what you're going through. So if you are awakening right now, know that you are very highly favored, because now people who know what you're going through will hold your hand. There are people who went through spiritual awakening and they had nobody to hold. You hold your hand or you press the exit button. But now the downside of your awakening is that we will know what is going on with you. So when people don't know what is going on with you, sometimes you can make a big deal out of your experiences. Like sometimes I see people posting on social media here that, oh my God, I was visited by the angel. The angel visited me. What? And all these things, they just, it's nothing big. You know, some people, they go through these things and they think it's a big thing. Some people come here, you need to repent, all of you. You don't know that you are having an experience that other people had in the 13th century. It's when you're having it in 2023. So, you know, you come in 2023 as if it is never a big deal. And I will advise you, spiritual people who are going through spiritual awakening, learn to shut the fuck up. Learn to sit with whatever it is that the universe is bringing you. Learn to sit with it. Learn to contain it before channeling it. And I would advise you to even sit with these things even for a week, 2 weeks. Before now, some people they get, and then they just, you're going to have yourself killed. You don't know who is around you. Spirituality, learn to keep quiet. Especially when you know, some of you will see birds coming and surrounding you. And the first thing you want to do is remove your phone. Remove my phone and start recording. Spirituality doesn't work like that. Spirituality is for you. It's for your eyes. It's for your ears. It's for your own vision. Nobody's supposed to see it with you. Nobody sees what you see. Nobody sees what you see. You will see birds there, and you will think the world is ending tomorrow. No world is ending, my friend. Learn to be a gradual person. Some of you get spiritual information. You twist it in you, and then now you come, because of fear that you have, you come telling people, oh my God, the world is ending. You've seen people cry here saying that, oh, Jesus has told me the world has, what? Learn to sit with intuition before memory comes. Some of you expose your intuition before memory has come to match it. You expose the ovum before the sperm has come to infect, to enter. So learn to sit with intuition. Learn to absorb and sit with it until memory comes to show you that, let's go. That is what is called believing in Jesus. This thing, you know, the white man twisted. Right now, when I say believing in Jesus, some people now are going to, we need to believe. Jesus is not a man. Jesus is not a person. Jesus is the day. Jesus is time that you have. Time that memory comes, and then intuition comes. Sorry, not memory. Intuition comes, and then memory follows. So when you're told believe in Jesus, you are being told believe in the memory that will come and marry your intuition. Intuition comes first. And then memory follows. So always learn to protect your intuition before the memory lands, because the moment you get online and you start exposing your intuition to everybody, like for example, your intuition showed you that you are a king in Egypt. Instead of you waiting for the memory to come and marry that, you start telling people, you know me, I'm a king in Egypt, you know. I'm a king in Egypt. You get to the throne. Wait for memory to get you to the throne before you start. You will kill your staff. When you talk too much. Also, spirituality is not a competition. Spirituality is also not a competition. Your experience is not anybody else's. Nobody has your assignment. So there is nothing like, I'm rushing to get the answer fast. Nobody has your assignment. So even if you get the answer fast, you will have to sit and wait for everybody to finish. You collect your paper. So live your life without needing to prove. A lot of these things, they are brought into us because of the need to prove, need for outside validation, need for, fitting in. Even you don't even need to fit in with spiritual people, my friends. You don't need to fit in with anybody. You don't need to be like, oh, now Surinyar Kano is spiritual. She must accept me. We must be together. We must, align. We must do the same. No. Spirituality is you, Bana. You don't even need to have everybody else doing the same thing you're doing. By the time you're doing whatever you're doing, somebody else, other people come and they're doing the same thing you're doing. Well and good, dance, cosmic dance. When it is time to part, everybody goes their way. Don't be somebody who is attached. There's so much to experience out of life. Christianity was upside down from its structure to the way it is organized. All of it is demonic. You're not supposed to be fellowshipping with certain people unless you guys are coming together to do a ritual. You're not supposed to be sitting, or which rituals can even be done from whichever. You can just tune in and say, okay, people who are willing to tune in with me from whichever dimensions, tune in as well. Let's do this. You don't need certain things. You don't need so much drinking each other, having your energy smearing on each other all the time. No, you don't need to do that when it's spirituality. So don't look for that. If you are a spiritual person because you're looking for community, go to the forest, my friends. Communities are better than community. Because people have shadows, and especially right now, it's very delicate. People are coming from different angles. You don't know what somebody's dealing with. So smearing yourself with other people's energy, you should be very careful. Now, how do you align your chakras? You always hear people say, align your chakras. I know my African people get confused. So listen today. When somebody tells you open your third eye, I want to tell you now what that means. You know, when Asians and Europeans are talking, they are talking to a level of astrology that is very advanced. They advanced it and gave it other names from what it originally was, which is totally fine. These names were given to gatekeep. You know, they give these names to gatekeep, to keep certain people away from the practice, to keep such practices in certain people's blind spot. So I'm going to teach you today how to align. It is very simple. If you did not know this, you will realize you knew it intrinsically, but just did not know how to place it. So the first thing I'm going to be starting with is what does aligning your chakra means? Aligning your chakra means letting your will be done on earth as it already is in heaven. Always. Now, where is heaven? Heaven is inside of you. Guys, if you are a Christian and you are my student, I want you to switch that thing of thinking heaven is somewhere above or below or whatever. Whenever you hear somebody saying heaven, go within. Know that they are talking about within yourself. That is the only place heaven is. If this body of mine was to be operated and then turned inside out, what is inside of me is what is heaven. Anything that is outside of you is earth. Earth. This one's you use your ear so that you can hear things on earth. Earth. Even earth in itself is an ear earth. Like hear it, see it. Earth. Earth is anything that is outside of you, not inside of you. Now, let your will be done on earth as it already is in heaven. A lot of people, you cannot do this. A lot of you have magnificent ideas in heaven, inside yourself. You have a magnificent idea. You have a mansion inside yourself. You know how to get to a place where you can buy a car in heaven. But then just letting that will be done on earth, outside of you as it already is inside of you. A lot of people have a problem with that. A lot of people have a problem with planting what is already in heaven outside into earth. Now, let your will be done on earth as it already is in heaven. That is how you align your chakra. If you are an individual who, the way you see it inside of you, especially I'm speaking now to artists. Artists are the creators. And when I say creation, I don't mean those who paint. I don't mean only those who do makeup. I don't mean only those who make clothes. I also mean artists who create from the inside. Like for you to have a business, you would have created it on your inside. For you to be a leader, for you to be a politician, you would have created it. People don't just wake up and, but then you're a politician today. You have to plan it. You have to see it within yourself. fast. And that is where heaven is. Heaven is abundant. Heaven has everything. Heaven is within yourself. Heaven, there's no limitation. But then the process of letting your will be done on earth, as it already is in heaven, a lot of people cannot even. A lot of people cannot even. And that is the process of aligning your chakras. Because for that to happen, what needs to happen? For that to happen, what needs to happen? What you think must match what you feel. And it must match what you hear. And it has to match what you smell. And it has to match what you speak. And it has to match what you see. And it has to match what you know. Some people, what they think does not match what they say. Why? Because they are a people pleaser. You think this way, you say the north. You think south, you say north. You speak north. You hear east, you say west. You think south, you behave north. As long as it is that way, you are not aligned. Your chakras are not aligned. I will repeat, in order for you to align your chakras, you must ensure, this is your personal assignment. Nobody, not even your mother, not even your father will come and tell you that, Lish, you have to make sure that what you say matches what you think. Nobody. This is now your personal integrity. Do you have the integrity to obey the inner authority? A lot of people don't. So I will repeat it for you. When somebody tells you align your chakras, what they are telling you is what you think must match what you feel. And it must match what you hear. And it has to match how you behave. And it has to match what you speak. And it has to match what you see. Because smell is behavior. That's why you see like a lot of Africans, they're usually like this. If your behavior stinks, an African will look at you like this. Behavior is smell. If you're somebody who you can detect behavior, it comes from your nose. But then I will get into that later. I will repeat. In order for you to align your chakras, you must make sure. This is a personal responsibility. Nobody will teach you this. Unless you are a mother, you can teach your child. What you think, your thoughts must match your feelings. Your thoughts must match your feelings, and they must match, like all these things must match. Your thoughts, your feelings, what you hear, how you behave, what you speak, what you see, and what you know must match. They must match. Some of you, what you're saying within yourself does not match what you believe. And you are living. You will see diseases. The moment your chakras are not aligned, diseases. And things are outside the world to make sure that you are not aligned. Things, because the universe does not give out this. Nobody's your mother here. So the universe will always bring you things that are distracting you to make sure that what you think, your thoughts don't match your feelings, and they don't match what you say, and they don't match what you hear, and they don't match what you see, and they don't match what you speak. Those are now demonic entities. Whenever you see anybody, whether it is your mother, ensuring that what you feel doesn't match what you speak, like your chakras aren't aligned, know that is a demonic entity towards you. And right now we are in the 21st century. Know that demonic entities come from anywhere. It is nothing personal. The universe just wants to ensure that only the best survive. Natural selection, it's a thing. The universe is only after ensuring only the best survive. They don't care whether you cannot go cry to the universe that I did not know. The universe wants to ensure only the best survives. And literally that system is so just. Leave this unjust systems of white supremacy. The universe system is so just. If you don't survive, you are gone. The system cuts you off. You will be cut off. And nobody will remember. Only the best survive. And so the universe tests its own. You hear this thing of the toughest battles are given to the strongest soldiers. It's true. Because also the universe gives the toughest assignments to its masters. The masters of the universe are the ones who get the toughest assignments. So when you see somebody does not have eyes, they don't have their hands, You see somebody, they are dealing with, there are people who, by the way, don't think everyone is the same. There are people who they look at others and they're like, oh, how are they surviving in such a state? When you get to a point where you're looking at somebody like that, respect that person. Respect that person, because the universe never gives the toughest battles to weaklings. And if you say your life is going nowhere, no, you are a weakling, my friend. You have nothing. You've never dealt any difficult disease. You've never dealt any public annihilation. You've never dealt any extreme poverty. You've never dealt any. You are a weakling, my friend. And enjoy. Be a sweetheart. And don't dare look down on you, because the masters of the universe are the ones that are easy to disrespect. Those ones that are very easy to disrespect. Those ones are the worst. And right now they are the ones, when you hear Pluto is entering Aquarius, those ones that are very easy to disrespect are the ones who are going to be in your parliaments. They're the ones who are going to be in your parliaments. They're the ones who are going to be in your money, carrying your money, nibbling and betting in your money. In the wealth, generational wealth of the collective. Those are the ones. So also on this planet, don't just walk around giving disrespect that is not deserved. Giving disrespect that is not justified. You are giving disrespect because you're seeing someone is less privileged. Those are stuck-ups. And we have a lot of stuck-ups here in Kenya. People who are very stupid. For you to laugh at somebody who is disabled, or for you to laugh at somebody because they are going through a difficult time in life, you must be very stupid. And a lot of stupid people are in Kenya. People who, they think, because somebody has a very difficult assignment, they are worth walking over. They are worth pushing over. They are worth being a doormat. Such kind of people. You will, when you look down on a master, on a spiritual master, their situation is what you're going to. If you've ever looked down, if you've ever seen a spiritual master and you disrespected them in their situation, know that where they've come from is where you're going, my friend. That is literally, that is the matching, that is the polar reflection. Where they're coming from, the assignment they had is the one you're having. It is the one that you're going to have. And let's wait and see if you're going to survive it, if you're going to ace it the way they aced it. If somebody fell sick, there are people who fall sick even with diseases like HIV. And they come back to life, my friend. But during the time when they are emaciated, dying and skinny and getting thin at the hospital, that is the time that everybody vomits on them. But guess what? Some of them, they come back. Now imagine somebody that you vomited on coming back. You are going to be in the situation where they've come from. That is how fair the universe is. You will be there. You're going there. And because you are foolish, you will die there because you will not know how to get out. Mcheka kilema huza kilema. Exactly. I love our Kiswahili. Mcheka kilema. If you laugh at somebody for going through a difficult time, that difficult time is knocking. It is going to knock on your door. Guys, let me tell you, and I'm talking from experience. Though my experience was not so big. I think this happened because the universe just wanted to teach me a lesson. There was a time, there's this girl, we were really friends. But then I was very foolish because I did not grow up with much pimples on my face. So the fact that they had pimples, I literally went solo vibrational. Literally, I will not even give an excuse that I was young. I went solo vibrational that I made fun of their pimples. My friend, I did not last 2 months. I had the most stubborn yellow pimples on my face that took me years to get rid of. And every time I was having it was taking, you will always remember. The beauty of karma is when the karma is eating you, it is telling you where it's coming from. It will always tell you, even if people deny, you always know. You always know that, oh, I'm paying, my friend. I'm paying. So never give disrespect that is not justified. But when disrespect is justified, give it. In fact, serve it with chill. When disrespect is justified, serve it with chili sauce. But if it is not justified, let people be. Let's just look at people. After that experience, I was, I think, 17 years old. After that experience, I just said, oh. Lesson learned. Never again. Like, I will never use people's hardships. I will never use people's hardships, especially when it is not justified, to go against them. So just no. If you meet someone, you're laughing at them because of the situation they are going to, it is going to knock on your door. It will knock on your door. Now, I hope you've learned how chakras are aligned. Now, at the knowledge is where you get, now let me tell you, when what you think is aligned, like when all these things, like what you think is your root chakra, and then what you feel is your sacral chakra, what you hear is your solar chakra, what you smell is your heart chakra, what you smell and how you behave, they go hand in hand. It's your heart chakra. What you speak is your throat chakra. What you see is your third eye chakra. And then what you know is the crown chakra. Now, crown chakra is the one that is the last. That is the one that you activate the last. Why? Because you have to, what you think has to match what you feel, has to match what you hear, has to match how you behave, has to match what you speak, has to match what you see. In order for all this to sum up into what you know. It is what you think, it is your thoughts, your feelings, your hearing, your behavior, your speech, and your vision that sum up to form your knowledge. Now, crown chakra is now you knowing yourself. You can't know yourself if what you think doesn't match what you feel. If your thoughts don't match your feelings and they don't match what you hear, you cannot know yourself. Without these chakras aligning, there is no crown chakra. Can you repeat that? Repeat what I exactly, my dear. We activate all our senses. And guys, today you're not sending gifts now. Please keep tapping to get to 100K. Keep tapping to get to 100K. And those with the gifts. Gift. Repeat the chakras. Okay, I'm going to repeat. Yeah, we are taking notes. Yes, guys, that is all it is. When you hear people aligning chakras, it doesn't mean you have to go to sit in Mount Kenya and I don't know do what. No, you just have to sit in your house and make sure your thoughts they match your feelings. Make sure your thoughts they match your feelings. You have to be authentic and make sure that your feelings they match what you're hearing. Also, when it comes to hearing, guys, don't just hear anything. There are people who are shitting in your ear. As Luo fishermen, our ancestors used to tell our fishermen, when you come from the lake with a lot of fish, put a rock in your ear and go home. Why? So that people don't send, your ear is the portal into your earth, into your world inside. Your ear is the portal into your heaven. Now, anytime you hear anyone has the power to whisper something in your ear that will get into your heaven and change the color, positively or negatively. So protect what you hear. Even here on TikTok, when you're scrolling through the For You page and someone is just talking nonsense and your spirit don't hear it to the end. Some of you are so angry. You get so angry at things that has nothing to do with you so much that you hear what you don't need to hear. Don't subject your ears to it, because that hearing too, certain people can get into your ear. Demons will get through your ear. So you also have to protect what you hear. Only hear, if you're somebody who, you know you're going to become a doctor, only hear things that affirm that. If somebody's saying, hey, but then you'll make a big doctor, hear that. When somebody starts saying that this one will not even get, block. Don't even allow things that you're supposed to be hearing to get near your ear. Literally, me, I'm so toxic with it so much that Me, I don't even listen to voice notes like literally if you send me a voice note and you start speaking and it doesn't, I will not even wait to confirm. If you are somebody who you are on social media and you're a troll, and you send me a long message, I will read 2 sentences and then delete. I will not hear what I don't want to hear. Some of you think that you don't have protection over your ear. Some of you go hearing everything because you think you have no power to protect what comes into your ear. You have the power. You have power to say, I will not hear it all. I will not hear it. So you have to make sure that what you hear is also aligned with what you feel. Whenever something you hear, you're hearing somebody's talking about something and it is not matching the heaven within, block. Tell them, go tell it to somebody else. There are 8 billion people in the world. Look for somebody else who is aligned with that information that you're trying to pass. I will not hear it. And so, as I was telling you, I will repeat this until you hear it. In order to align your chakras, meaning in order to find out your bearing in space, in order to find out where you individually belong, you must make sure what you think matches what you feel. Your thoughts matches your feelings, and they matches your hearing, and they matches your behavior. Some people, their thoughts don't match their behavior. And this is why we have artists that can flop. What do I mean by that? You will find an artist, they have a very beautiful art in their head. Conceiving it, just conceiving it so that it is the way it looks in their head, impossible. And then they end up depressed. Because what they feel, what is in heaven is refusing to come to earth. When you are in such a situation where what is in heaven is not coming to earth, stop art. Put the drawing things down and work on aligning, making sure that what your thoughts, they match your feelings, and they match your behavior, and they match what you hear, and they match what you speak. Some of you, your thoughts, they don't match what you speak. Because you are a people pleaser, you can't say what you think. You think that if you say what you think, somebody will frown or you will hurt somebody's feelings. Omera, say, you will never know yourself if you are tiptoeing, if you are walking on eggshells. You will never know yourself if you can't match your feelings to your behavior. Some of you, you feel like you want to wear a crop top for real. You feel like, oh, this black lipstick would look good on me. You feel it, but do you behave it? No. Instead of behaving it, you now become a menace online, hurling insults at everyone who dares to wear a crop top. How dare you be confident in my insecurity? How dare you do something that I want to do, but I can't because I don't have the balls for it? That is how some people are. You can't bring what is in heaven on earth, so you go around spewing hate and becoming an energy vampire to the people who are bringing the same thing that you can't bring on earth to earth. You will die miserable. If you are that type of a person, you will die a miserable life. If I were you, I would pray. I would fast and pray and just ask God, please allow me, because it's not easy. It's not easy to match your thoughts to your feelings, to your hearings, to your speech, to your behavior, to your vision. It's not easy. But ask. Ask. Anyway, let me repeat. Your thoughts they make up your root chakra. Your feelings, your thoughts, they make up your root chakra. When you hear people talking about root chakra, that's your thoughts. They root you. Now your feelings, they make up your sacral chakra. Your feelings, they make up your sacral chakra. And then your hearing, what you hear, they make up your solar chakra. And then what you smell or how you behave, they make up your heart chakra. And then what you speak, and this smell and behavior, we'll come back to it, because this is where now the noses come in. Where some people have a nose that is like this, some people have noses that are like ours that people make fun of. If you're insecure about your nose, I will tell you today what a shape of nose means. But literally, the shape of your nose can tell a psychic person your behavior, how you behave, and how good you are at discerning other people's behavior. You know, there are these people who, they will smell you. They will smell you before you enter the room. They will smell you before you speak. They will smell your behavior just by the way you are. Just by laying eyes on you, they've already smelled your behavior. There are certain types of, there are those types of people, and the nose is formed according to your ability to discern people's behavior. Not just people's behavior, but even behaviors of entities around you, spiritual behavior. Your ability to discern those things is what makes up the shape of your nose. Some people will say, oh, the nose developed according to weather, blah, blah, blah. You cannot tell me. And this one they usually say, because they say, oh, Europeans, that European pointed nose is in Africa too. Let's just be, you know, certain things, the nose develops from the ability to smell, the ability to discern behavior. Now, your speech, they form your throat chakra. And then your vision, how you see, it forms your third eye chakra. And then all these chakras, they sum up, all of them, they sum up to give you what is called osimbo. Luos would call it osimbo. You know, mina ngoja osimbo yangu. Like, there are even songs in Luo that will tell, Ankateko wo that toana chem ginyarombo. Like, osimbo, like literally we have songs that talk about kuvalishwa taji. Nikimaliza kazi, nitavalishwa taji. Now taji comes from your knowledge of self. Now because Europeans, and I will just tell you this, you know, these are information now that we have to say it, because nobody will tell you this information. Nobody is going to come to tell you that, oh, by the way, this is what Europeans did to do this, to do this, to do this. We will have to digest these things as we go slowly by slowly, because they will never give in. They will never tell you that, oh, I'm guilty, by the way, this is what I did. But Europeans just having a crown that is artificial. A crown is not supposed to be artificial. A crown, literally, and that is why, look at African crowns. Ancient African crowns. You would find crowns that are depicting solar systems. Like literally our ancestors were so advanced that then they did not have time to sit and have a tiara. Europeans, they have tiaras to show you that, you know, I know myself. You don't know it. They have to show you. They have to show you that, hey, I'm wearing it, I know myself. But kuvalishwa taji, this one that the Bantu sing. Nikimaliza kazi, yo kazi ya kualign, kazi ya making sure that what you think, your thoughts match your feeling, that they match your hearing, they match your behavior, they match your speech, they match your vision. That is hiyo ndo kazi. That is the work that you do. So when Swahili is saying nikimaliza kazi nitavalishwa taji. Taji ni kitu like taji is something, that crown chakra, it is visible without it. You don't have to wear a crown chakra. People whose crown chakras are there, you can see it. You can see people's crown chakra without people telling you that, hey, I am wearing a crown like the England people. So leave those people alone. And I tell you these things jokingly. But I'm telling you, leave those people alone. Those people are tiny like this in space. And now that, you know, their fuckery is being exposed, they don't even have money to pay us. You know, a lot of Africans are saying, reparation. These people are broke. These people have been broke. These people are living off of debt. They've been living off of debt. These people, they owe. These people have nothing to pay back. So Africans start getting into that particular headspace where you know they will never be able to pay anything back. They cannot. Have you ever been hit by a car of a broke person? Has a broke person ever hit your car? There's nothing you can do. Here in Kenya, has a matatu ever hit you? Hit you? They cannot pay you back. Even if they wanted to, they'd rather serve a jail term. They cannot. They are broke, and I will get back into that. Even Putin mentioned, I will get into that as we continue. Now, for you to know yourself, just as I told you, What your hearings must match your feelings, they must match your thinking, they must match your seeing, they must match your speech, and they must match your behavior in order for all that to sum into self-knowledge. When you know yourself, it will show. It will show, and that is what it's called Taji, the crown. Somebody's telling me the sword of the spirit, belt of truth. Yeah. Can I answer? You don't ask to ask. That text that you used to ask to, if you can ask, you've already lost. Now let's continue, guys. Now, whatever I was talking to you about, this is why I want to tell you, African spirituality. It is going to be the most. A lot of you are going to go back to school, because African spirituality is something you will want to learn even when you're dying in your bed. Easiest forms of ascension. Now, everything that I've talked about is this. This is what I was explaining. Now, just by seeing it, I don't know whether you guys can see it. Just, you see this eye? I'm sure all of you have ever seen it before. Now, your eyebrows here, like this, this is the eye of Horus. When you get to a point where you know yourself, even your eyes, they change. They change. So what does your eyes represent? In your eyes, you have your eyebrow. Your eyebrows, which represent your thoughts. And then just here, this space that is close to the nose. This one, this space, this white space. You know, on the eye, we have the black space, we have the white space, and then we have this other white space. Now, this space here is connected to your nose. Whenever you want to smell something, you bring your focus to this eye, here and here, so that your nose is able to smell. So this one is representative of your nose. This one is representative of your ear. And then this is representative of your feelings, your tear. This one. Whenever, if you see somebody shedding a tear, anybody who is capable of shedding a tear, that is somebody who is capable of feeling. They are capable of being touched. They are capable of being touched. And then, after this tear, we have this one. This is at the tongue. This is the tongue. Okay? I hope you guys can see it properly. This is the tongue. And the tongue is there for the taste. Okay, the tongue is there for tasting. So when you look at the eye of Horus, just the way the eye is, you must know that also we have the left eye. Your left eye, this is my left eye. Your left eye stands for your intuition. So when you are able to match your feelings to your thoughts, to your words and all that, then you're working on your intuition. If it is the left eye, you're working on your intuition. If it is the right eye, it is memory. So the moment you work on the memory and the intuition, so that the intuition can see properly and the memory can see properly, then it opens this. It opens this and this, they start working together. This is why I'm telling you, always develop the patience to wait for intuition to be married by memory. The process of church, the bride. Okay, leave the white man church alone. Leave the white man's wedding alone. The process of wedding. Now, the traditional African wedding. The ovum, which is the intuition, waits for the sperm, which is the memory. So even in your spiritual life, you must always ensure that your intuition waits for your memory. You don't see the ovum going to look for the sperm. It is the sperm that runs towards the ovum. The memory must always run towards the intuition. Now, people who they find their intuition and then they are on TikTok. Oh my God, I was told you are trying. You've been reversed by and a lot of these people, most of them are usually Christians, because Christians are naturally hypnotized. Christians are hypnotized to make sure that memory is the one at the altar. The groom is the one at the altar, waiting for intuition. Don't live your life like that. Never be somebody who your memory is the one waiting for your intuition. No, intuition comes first. So intuition is the one that is supposed to be at the altar, waiting for memory to come and fertilize it. Be patient. So always be patient for that process. And you know, as you always see in the ceremonies, the bride can fail to show up. No, not the groom. The memory can fail to show up. And so when the world is, when you're being told, believe in Jesus, believe in Jesus, believe in Jesus, believe that the memory will come. That is intuition. Intuition is being told. Believe in the memory that it will come. Because guys, when you're born, you already know yourself. If you're somebody who in 2030 you will have a car, you will start feeling that feeling of having a car in 2023, in 2024. That is intuition. Intuition comes before memory. Intuition is the one that tells you will be a good teacher. Go study education. It is intuition that tells you, by the way, in future, you are a dancer. So start practicing your legs. It is intuition that comes fast. Intuition is the one that now, do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in the memory? Do you believe in the day? Do you believe that the day will come to marry the intuition, so that when you saw yourself as a president giving speech, then you wait until that happens, until the day that you will be a president giving speech. When they tell you believe in Jesus, believe in Jesus, believe in the memory that it will come to marry your intuition. And I hope somebody's getting what I'm saying. Thank you so much. Guys, if you have gifts in the comment section, shower me right now. I hope somebody's getting what I'm saying though. Yes, I like it. That is why African traditional weddings, the groom is always... Yes! The bride is the one... The groom comes to the home of the bride. Wait, you are still mixing it up, my dear. My dear, who is your name here? My dear Kitha Winnie. Kitha Winnie, you're still mixing it up. In traditional African weddings, the groom comes into the home of the bride. Nyombo in our Luo. The bride will sit at home with her parents. The groom will come with money and cows and everything they need to come with before that is the traditional marriage. In white marriage, it is the groom that sits at the altar with his parents, waiting for the bride to be brought by her parents. Upside down mentality. That is like you having memory at the altar. You now already have, and a lot of people, they live like that. You have memory, you are now waiting for intuition. It is upside down. That is why so many people, they're sitting at home, waiting to become presidents out of the blue. You're waiting to become a president that, one day, by the way, God will just come and announce you that, you are the president of this country. Some of you, you're waiting to become a millionaire from sitting in your house because you believe that memory, intuition is the one that comes and finds memory. You will never, my friend. You are living upside down. And a lot of Africans, you do this. And you call it waiting for a miracle. You don't have a job. You have nothing to your name. And you are sitting, you are writing long manifestations telling God that you want to own a bus. By the end of 2024, you have nothing. You will wait. You will wait for that memory. It will never come. Memory does not come. You will wait for that intuition. You will wait for that intuition. It will never come. You've been rigged. You've been fooled. You've been tricked. It will never come. A lot of Africans, they do this. They're waiting. Oh my God, I know one day I'll be in Hollywood acting. They've never gone to acting school. They've never tried acting anywhere. Some of them think, oh my God, somebody's like literally it is brainwash. Without walking towards the day, it will never come. In the world, intuition comes first. Intuition is those voices that comes to tell you that, by the way, you are a very important person in future. Intuition is what will make you feel like you are saving the whole world 20 years before you save the whole world. Intuition is the one that will make you feel like you have a mansion 2 months before you have that mansion that you were thinking about. But when you are somebody who, you are now memory, you've already sat in memory. Now you're waiting for intuition. Intuition does not come after memory. Intuition comes before memory, my friend. I hope that makes sense to somebody. That's what's in the Bible calls faith without action. Yes! Faith without action is dead, guys. It is dead. And I'm telling you, some people, they usually think that, oh my God, Beyonce will save my life. Beyonce is struggling to save her own life, my friend. Some people, they wait for such miracles. And it is because Europe has brainwashed so many people to think that somebody is coming to save you. So people are feeling like intuition is coming. Nobody, and that is the reason why I'm so happy about this life, because I will tell Africa, even Putin is not coming. Putin is not even thinking about Africans. Putin is not even thinking about, Putin is thinking about saving Russia. And yet a lot of Africans, you'll find them like, oh my God, finally, Putin, my friend. You are the one who is going to save your lineage. That's the reason why you are here. Putin is yet lineage. You are here to save your own lineage. If you saving your own lineage saves us all, alhamdulillah, inshallah. But nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save. And we better. This is why we say, start harvesting the day. Start harvesting the day. The white man and his religion is telling you to sleep through the day. Don't do any work through the day. Just pray for a miracle. No miracles. You will wait for a miracle. There's no and I will, just to dive even deeper into this, maybe to remove certain illusions from certain people. Even these things you see people posting on social media that, oh, somebody was I don't know, helped. Follow up for how long? Do you know the reason why only you can save you? Even if I was to come here and give you 1 million, for how long? If you did not walk into that 1 million, you will lose it as you got it. The same way you got, and people know this, even billionaires, they know this. When you give someone things they did not work there to get, they will lose it as fast as they got it. You will lose it as fast as you got it. You will not even know what to buy, because if you did not get yourself actually the experience that literally molds your vessel. It is not the end result. Easy come, easy go, yes. Now let me continue. Let me go on. So, the eye of Horus, as I've just told you, it is activated by the self-knowledge. Okay, if you want to see things the way they are, you must see yourself the way you are. Guys, when you're not seeing yourself the way you are, you will see nothing the way it is. Some people are very arrogant in their vision, but their vision is very blind. You're seeing things from the way you see yourself, and you know your vision towards yourself is false. See, like the Europeans, their vision towards themselves is founded on white supremacy. It is founded on we are superior than black people. When you are somebody who, that is how you see yourself, you see yourself as being superior to somebody else. Anything else you see is corrupted. And that's why we've had the eye of Horus non-existent. The truth went underground. The truth has not been there. Putin in his interview, he said the world is right now in a disease, in a state of disease, because the truth went underground. Why did the truth go underground? Because we had leaders who did not see the world as it is. They did not see themselves as they are. Therefore, they did not see the world as it is. So if you can't see yourself truly, if you can't tell yourself the truth about yourself, if your intuition towards yourself is false, then know that your intuition towards anybody else is false too. If you can't see your truth, you can't see anybody's truth. You will look, but you'll never see it. You know, that is the beauty of the world. The beauty of the world has placed everything is possible, is there. Like literally, you can look at me from your own eyes and start judging me that, oh my God. Especially if you don't see your power. If you're somebody who, I will give you an example. Maybe if you're somebody who you don't see your power, you don't value yourself, you, the vessel that you're walking with, you look at, you've left it, it is emaciated, it is dealing with energies that you've put, negative thoughts, all of that. You will see, I will never expect somebody who has negative thoughts on themselves to see any good in me. You will never see it. And I will never be surprised, my friend. People who can't see themselves cannot see other people. Literally. If you don't know yourself, you can't know other people. If you don't believe in yourself, you can't believe in other people. But then the moment you can see yourself, you can see everyone. That is where the eye of Horus comes. Nobody sees what you see. But then when you start seeing the truth, when you start seeing yourself, that is the cheat code. If you want to see everyone else, see you. See you for who you are. Then I will be in front of you and you will know exactly who I am and my bearing in space. See you. And you will see everybody else for their own fuckeries and their own greatness. You will see. But if you're somebody who you cannot even see yourself, you don't even know where you belong in space. Forget about seeing anyone. In fact, shut your mouth when it comes to giving opinions about other people. You will save yourself a lot. Because when you can't see yourself and you keep giving opinions about other people, you are wrong. And when you are wrong about other people, especially when you're slandering them, you are slandering yourself because it is bouncing off of them and going back to you. It is bouncing off of them and going back to you. Bouncing off of them and going back to you. If you, for example, if you're somebody who you have low self-esteem, you naturally have low self-esteem, you will always look at everyone and think they have low self-esteem too. Oh, you will be shocked. You will be shocked. And you will think, such people, they will think. If you are somebody who you don't believe in yourself, you will always think people who believe in themselves are pretending. Yeah. You will be shocked. If you're somebody who you think you are ugly, you will always see everybody. By the ugly people, they don't see beauty. They rarely see beauty. If you're somebody who, a lot of people are so beautiful in your eyes. No, you are beautiful. You are very beautiful. That's how you know. By these things, you just know. You don't have to walk around asking people that, oh, am I beautiful? Am I beautiful? Just ask yourself, do you think a lot of people on this planet are beautiful? If the answer is yes, you are very beautiful. But ask yourself, if you think a lot of people on this planet are ugly, your answer is right there. You are ugly as fuck. You only see what you are. You only see what you are, my friends. Beautiful people can see beauty even in the most deformed things. A beautiful person will see a glass that is broken and be like, oh my God, but it's so cute. An ugly person will be shocked. What did you see? What did you see in that glass? That's how you know. You know, there are things we can't tell each other. There are things we can't tell each other. Like things like telling someone that you're beautiful. It's always like beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. But then if you want to know, like there are people who are conventionally beautiful. You are attractive to the compact majority. And these people rarely tell you. People will rarely tell you that you're beautiful, by the way. When you are truly beautiful in a world that is contaminated, people will rarely tell you that you're beautiful. So I want you to know by yourself. How do you know that you're beautiful? Do you think a lot of the population, a lot of things are beautiful on this planet? Do you naturally think that a lot of things are beautiful on this planet? Ask yourself that question when you're alone by yourself. And then if the answer is yes, mwah, 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 mali safi. If the answer is no, my friends, and another something that I really like about beauty as well is this. As long as you think what you are looking at is ugly, that is a direct message from what you're looking at that it thinks you're ugly too. For example, if I was to go into the jungle and look at a lion and be like, ew, it's so ugly. That is just the lion also telling me that, by the way, you look so ugly to me. So if you've ever looked at someone and you feel like, oh my God, ew, no, they see you the same way. It is mirror, guys. This world, it's a mirror. We are all the same, looking at the same. So it is impossible for someone who is beautiful to see you as ugly and then you see them as beautiful. That is a mismatch that does not work. So if you want to know if somebody thinks that you're beautiful, look at them. Do you think they are beautiful? If you think they are beautiful, they automatically think you're beautiful. It is a mirror reflection.
They're beautiful too.
The law of mirroring. Yes, nyani aone kundule. Yes. You know, life is very easy.
It's just a mirror.
Some people are like, oh my God, I don't know whether they think I'm beautiful or not. Do you think they are beautiful? If you think they are beautiful, that is your message from heaven, that they think you're beautiful automatically. And you know, some people, they don't say what they feel. So some people will tell you, will know that you're beautiful, but just because they are very demonic to say it. This is why also alignment of chakras is necessary, because somebody will feel that, oh my God, you're so beautiful, but they will not say it. They will not tell you. They'll be like, ew, to mismatch your own chakras. So also stay away from seeking validation. Observe, see. You can always see and observe without talking, and you will get all your answers.
If this thing didn't give you a headache.
You know, the danger is when you think somebody's ugly and you think that that person you think is ugly thinks you're beautiful. You're wrong. You're losing the marks. The moment you see somebody and you think they are ugly, no, even if they are from the village or they look outdated or whatever, the moment you think they are ugly, it is a polar reflection. They also think you're ugly. So never even try. Some people, they try befriending people who they think they are ugly. Now that is you getting yourself into a web, because you think they think you're beautiful. So you want to be the queen bee. You want to be the queen bee in the among the ugly girls. You know, there are these people who they think they are beautiful, and then they go among people they think they are ugly. Then they get themselves in that group to control. Trust me, when you think they are ugly, they think you're ugly too. That is the witchcraft there that you need to be aware of. Because if you are not aware of that witchcraft there, then you can be played. You can be played to levels you'll never understand. There's never a mismatch. In this world, you see what you are. Yeah, so that they can stand up. Yeah, it's not possible. You see exactly what you are. So it is easy. It is easy to discern. Anyway, let's continue. So, I've talked about nobody sees what you see. So your eyes are a pair of cameras that only see what your brain already knows. Your eyes only see what your brain already knows. If your brain doesn't know it, your eyes will not see it. Now, your eyes are a pair of cameras that only see what your brain already knows. If your brain don't know it, it stays in your blind spot. If your brain doesn't know it, it stays in your blind spot. Now, going by this logic, now I'm getting into now the tea that we are here for. I'm almost getting into the tea. Going by this logic of nobody sees what you see, I want to ask you guys a question now. People who are engaging with me. Going by this logic, whose vision does the mainstream journalism show? When we say nobody sees what you see, in one day, we have over 1 million events occurring. Some of them are occurring in Belarus. Some of them are occurring in Lesotho. Some of them are occurring in India, Madagascar. Some of them are occurring in Ethiopia, Nigeria, Ghana. Some of them are occurring in Kenya, Zimbabwe. Now, let me ask you, what do you think? Whose vision does the mainstream journalism show? Out of these 1 million things that are going on in the world on a day, you have news outlets that show you every day on TV that, hey, here are the breaking news. Whose eyes? News according, because you know those news, they are not even 50 of the events. So whose eyes? Nobody sees what you see. So in a day, when journalism decides to showcase what they saw, what logic do they use to pick what they show the public? The colonizer, yeah, I have a very smart audience. Very smart audience. So when you know that, then you might want to remove your eyes from the mainstream media so that you stop seeing what the white man sees. Stop seeing what the colonizer sees. Stop seeing what the West sees and start seeing what you see. Start seeing what you see. Now let's continue. Intuition is what runs the world of the unknown. The world that is not known, it is run by intuition. Anything that you don't know, it is intuition that runs it. And then memory runs the world that is known. Now, memory is the, you know, when you have a child, like intuition is representative of a woman. Because a woman is the one who is capable of carrying the unknown in their stomachs for 9 months and deliver. Women carry unknown every other time. Every month you carry something unknown. You carry unknown energies every time. So intuition is female in nature. And intuition is the one that runs the world of the unknown. Now memory, it's male in nature. And memory is the one that runs the world that is known. So to make people follow blindly, memory blindly, if you want people to follow memory blindly without questioning, then you must first kill intuition. That is what the mainstream media does. Kill the woman, kill intuition, degrade the woman, disrespect the woman, make the woman powerless, make the woman poor, poverty, make the woman not have money, kill intuition, kill the unknown. We only want to deal with the known. We only want to deal with the known. Known according to who? The colonizer. Known according to who? The colonizer. So that's why we are in a that's why we are in a patriarchal society, and I will get deep into it. It goes deeper. So let me finish this section. This is the first section that I'm finishing. Let me finish this first section by telling you, like, when you have the eye of Horus, what having each and every part means. Your tear, the fact that you have tears, it means you can be touched. You can feel. That is the connection that you have with the collective. There are people who cannot shed a tear. And if you're that person who shedding a tear is very difficult for you, just know that it is very difficult to touch you. It is very difficult for the collective to touch you. Tears are touch. That's why we encourage to cry. Cry, cry, cry. When you cry, you're touching every entity that is connected to you. Now, your tongue means that you can cast a spell into someone else's earth. Earth is ear. So if you have a tongue, it means you can cast a spell into someone else's earth. And if you have an ear, it means a spell can be casted into your earth. Your earth is the heaven within you. Now, your eyebrows mean you can think. Your nose means you can discern behavior. Your nose means you can discern behavior. And just look at noses. You know, the way they are arranged. There are certain noses that they don't want to discern behavior. They don't want much air going in. They don't want much air going in because they don't know, they've not evolved to discern behavior. My friend, we will tell you these things. You know, our ancestors spent years being laughed at for things that made them supernatural. When your nose can take a lot of air, it means that you have a lot of communication with air signs. You know what the air sign is? You know what the air element is? So air element is what gets in and out. When your nose is open so that it is able to get a lot of air in and out, it means that you have the capability to discern, to actively discern behavior. If your nose is closing up in a way that it doesn't want to engage so much with the air sign, it doesn't want to engage so much, Why doesn't it want to engage so much with the air sign? It is not evolved enough to actually participate in the action of discernment. Everybody know where you belong in space. Because also that the fact that your nose cannot, it doesn't want to act to participate so much in the discernment. It is also in another dimension. It is a pro. There's a dimension where it is a pro, and there's a dimension where it is a flop. So everybody must be told the truth. You know, we cannot just sit back and laugh at black people's noses without actually telling people what the nose does. If you are going to laugh at my nose when you know what it does. And I want, after you know what my nose does, I want to see you laugh. I want to watch you now laugh about it. If your nose is, it is literally, guys, it is literally self-explanatory. People with very big noses are people who can discern like an elephant. Those are people who can discern like an elephant. Those are people you cannot joke around with and play some kayaya za chini kwa chini, kayaya za chini kwa chini. You cannot. But then if you want to survive well on this world, just read people. If you meet somebody whose nose is very big, don't even try joking with those people that you're playing some little mind games here and there, behaving funny. They will see you before you even start. But when your nose is like this, anything can be swept under your nose. And you will not even hear it passing. Anything will be can be swept under your nose, and you will not even hear it passing. So, wait. You know, when people are happy that, oh, my nose cannot take so much air, we live in the dumbest generation. Our generation is a sick, epileptic generation because they glorify downward evolution, like they glorify opposite of evolution. We live in a society that glorifies things that are not fully evolved, and they make fun of things that are fully evolved. Look at Nicki Minaj the other day making fun of Megan's foot, calling her big foot. Do you know what big foot is, my friend? People with big foot are people who know themselves. They don't struggle trying to find out that, oh my God, who am I? Oh my God, should I rap? Should I? No! Like literally the ancestors already did the work. They don't need to know themselves. They don't need to believe in themselves. It's done. What they need to do is do. And yet when you look at our world, it is glorifying small feet the size of children. If your nose is the size of a child, you are glorified. If your ass is the size of a child, you are glorified. If your pubic areas, your private parts are clean like a child's, you are glorified. We are living in a patriarchal world that is led by pedophiles. So pedophilic things are glorified. Things that are not fully evolved are glorified. When you have hair like a grown woman in your private parts, you are laughed at. Sick, epileptic generation. Sick. When you have a small nose that cannot discern properly, you are glorified. Meaning we have the elites that are leading our world right now are dependent on people behaving like children. They are dependent on having a population that is childish. And they've succeeded. A lot of millennials and Gen Xers and boomers are children in adult bodies. That's why they walk around asking, why are Gen Z maturing so fast? Why are Gen Z maturing so fast? Because you're children, you grew up in a children setup. So you have bodies that are of children. Because you are led by pedophiles. Your elites are pedophiles. That's how you know what a population is leading. Like literally a population that is led by pedophiles glorify children. In America, in Europe, when you have no ass, meaning your pelvic area has not swollen, meaning as a woman, your ability to manifest is low. They love you. When you are curvy, when you are a curvy woman that looks like a woman, that looks Oshun, you are told, oh, this world is not for you. You are a woman in a world of children. Those are the things we need to change, my dear. Whoever is feeling shamed, I thank God I'm doing my job. You know, shame is the feeling you get when you abandon parts of yourself. The moment you're feeling shame, know that there are parts of yourself that you're abandoning. You don't want to stand with. Know that there are parts of yourself that you're abandoning. Me, I will call a spade a spade. I don't have time to protect white fragility. I protect it a lot by not posting the truth, certain truths when it is not astrologically ready. But I will tell you, I will call a spade, my dear. If you feel attacked, come beat me. But me, I will say it as it is, because you know, when people are glorifying small asses that looks like children ass, when people are glorifying small nose, nobody says anything about it. People are just like, yeah, look at it. Now the only thing they do is they talk shit to people who have noses like the African noses. Now when they see you with an African nose, they talk shit, and nobody dares to say anything. Nobody even knows why that is the case. You don't know, you are in the spirit realm, you are glorifying pedophilia. And then when I can't say that, you want to tell me that I'm body shaming. I will body shame, my dear. And today I am talking about these things, and this is why I will tell you, we are free. We are free to say whatever we want. In teaching, we are free to say whatever we want. We say the truth and we shame the devil. So I will say everything the way I want to say it. Because it has to be said exactly the way I'm saying it for it to get out. I never looked at it this way, but yeah, that is what it is. You know, Putin said that it doesn't matter who the president is. The president is just a representation of the mood of the elites. Who are the elites? When you look at the population that the elites are leading, you can already tell the characteristics of the elites. And one of them that goes without saying is pedophilia. Pedophilia and patriarchy. Patriarchy is men loving men. We live in a society that glorifies men loving men and pedophilia. That is what it is. And when we look at what we like as people, why do you hate so much when a vagina has hair on it? Why do you hate so much when you see a woman menstruating, yet blood that comes from a woman's menstruation is the only blood that doesn't come from something being hurt? It is the only harmless blood on the planet. But people, you'd rather see blood of somebody dead. You'd rather look at somebody in an accident and see their blood, but not see a blood from a woman's panty. Why? Because your psyche is in pedophilia. Your psyche is rooted in pedophile. You don't like mature things. And why are our world rooted in pedophile? Because we are being led by a race that is premature. A race that is not completely evolved. A race that started existing some years ago, which is fine. They had their fun, you know. They had their fun ruling and experimenting, you know, and using the world as a guinea pig. But we've reached a point where no more. Like, we're tired of that shit, and Europe, just get out. Nobody's even going to beat you. Just get out and lock the door. Get out and lock the door behind you. Nobody's even going to escort you. You know, that is where we are. Now, I'm getting to the most important. I'm getting to the most important part, which is the February 6th interview. Yeah, they've ruined us. And this pedophilia thing that I'm talking about, even Putin keeps shouting about it. You know, telling, and I'm going to talk about it even in the Putin's interview. So let me just get into it. But before I go on, guys, gift. There's a lot of you here. Send money. Send money. Oh, thank you so much, Tenandra. Oh, Tenandra, thank you. Have I done? Okay. Anyway, Tenandra, thank you so much. Nola, thank you. The Lily, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Suri, do you receive money off of TikTok? Yes, I do. You want to send? Thank you so much, the Lily. Thank you so much, Nola. Every time I come on your live, you address everything I'm thinking. What are the because we are aligned, my friend. There's no coincidences. I am you in another dimension. We are all the universe experiencing itself in. Oh! Let me just take a moment for that Yamadesu. Yamadesu, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having fun with what I'm teaching. Because now I'm about to get to the hot part. What Putin did was Putin removed a leash from the public. After me analyzing this particular interview is when you're going to know that you're so free that anything that you thought was taking your freedom is literally an illusion. Lapis, thank you so much. Nola, thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you, ma'am. Enjoyment is an understanding. Yes. Yes, thank you so much. Same with me. You always talk about yes. Guys, we are connected. Just like I was saying, I am you in another dimension. When you look at me, just know this is you in another dimension. That is what we are, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. I am you in another dimension. That's why we are connected. You are me in another dimension. That's how I look at people. So whenever you realize that I'm touching on topics that we are connected, that's how connected we are, and it is just displaying itself.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Lan. Oh, thank you so much, V, for the ice cream. Thank you, Lancelot, and other things confirmed. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. So let's get to 250 at least. Can we get to 250? Hiyo ni ngwai gani? Noma de, no noma. You speak my I love it. You help me out. Welcome. It is what we've come here to do. Now go and be your best self, please. May I meet you at the top. If I helped you with your awakening, may I meet the best version of you somewhere where you are manifesting to be. May I? Yes. So we're going to get to the Putin's interview, which happened on the February 6th. First of all, before I even do anything, Nola, thank you so much. Guys, with gifts, thank you. Now, before I even do anything, I want to, first of all, if you watched that interview, just say hi. If you watched, just say hi, like in the comment section. You will meet me one. Yes, I will. Marty, thank you so much for the perfume. Hi. Okay, I've seen 3 highs. Oh, so many people watch it. So, okay, so stop now. Stop. I just wanted to see if there are people who watch it. Okay, so before I even get into the interview, this is the interview of a lifetime. This interview. Oh, I thank Putin so much for this particular interview. So one thing I will tell you is this. First thing that I really loved was the fact, and Africans, please, I'm now speaking to Africans. I'm speaking to my people. Putin spoke in his own language. Do you know if a Luo leader was to go to do such kind of an interview, he would be forced to like stumble through English. That is one thing we need to stop as Africans. If you know you have a leader, leadership does not mean speaking English. First of all, if you know that you have leadership qualities and you don't even know how to speak English, stick to your language. Stick to your language. The world right now will adjust. Yes, stick to your language. We have enough translators. We have enough people from your language who know English. We can translate. Just don't let you not being able to speak English fluently stop you from going after your dreams. Don't ever let you not being able to speak a colonial language stop you from going for your dreams, guys. Stand up and go for your dreams regardless. Now, the second thing. Now, when it comes to this interview, I just want to go through. First of all, what the importance of what Putin said, and then lastly, Chani is my best friend. My best friend is here. Thank you so much, Chani, for that, and thank you for coming, girl. I hope the boys are doing fine. Anyway, lastly, I'll do the major key takeaways for Africans. So first of all, the interview was about the war in Ukraine. Now, Putin started from explaining to us how Ukraine started in the 8th century. And by the way, when you're talking about the 8th century, we're not talking about the 8th century of the African time. 8th century after Christ. Like literally European time starts after Christ, not before Christ. So Russia began in the 8th century, which to me, I don't care about Russia. But then let me just be honest. Me, I will never stand to pretend. And I think people just need not to pretend. Me, I don't care about Russia. I don't care about China. I don't care about India. I don't care about Europe and Asia. I care about Africa. So the fact that Putin was talking to us about where Russia started in the 8th century, this translates directly to the case that South Africa has put down. South Africa has put down a case that is calling out Israel for what they're doing in Palestine. But you know this case that South Africans have put down to bring the Israelis through the dark night of the soul, or through the way of the cross. This particular case, if you are a South African or you are involved in those legal teams or whatever, know that this particular case is going to need to go very accurate historically. Because without historical accuracy, you will not jail Israel. You will not bring Israel to law, to the book. And this is why the colonizer hates it so much when we talk about historical relationship, because the colonizer doesn't want us to talk about history. Even right now, while Putin was having the interview, a lot of Americans are making fun of the fact that he took time to speak about history. Because they don't want people to talk about history. A virus does not want you to trace back to how it entered your body. A virus just wants you to make adjustments. Keep taking medicine. Keep taking medicine. Keep taking medicine. While it continues to grow inside of you. They don't want you to go back to history. So Africans, you must know, and especially African South Africans, South Africa, you have the white man in your backyard. And the white man has reached to a point where in South Africa, they are telling you that they belong there. You must trace back to when did they come there? When did those people come there? And did they follow the correct protocols to get the land that they have? When did they come there? Because right now South Africans are saying that even Africans who are in South Africa are not from South Africa. We can't have that conversation like South Africa. You don't know when the white man stepped in your backyard. The white man in South Africa right now is behaving like they were born in South Africa. You cannot tolerate that. You cannot tolerate. They are behaving like their ancestors were born in Africa. You cannot. We cannot tolerate that. We have to move. You see the path that Putin followed. Historical accuracy. We must go down to history and trace the white man. I'm hearing they stepped into South Africa in 1652. You must trace it back to 1652. We must be willing to do the work. It is not going to be easy, but we must be willing to go back. We must be willing to do the work. We must be willing to go back and awaken the ancestors whose lands were snatched because of trickery, because of forceful invasion. And anybody who acquired land in Africa through trickery and forceful invasion, we should not even be having a conversation about what should we do, what should we do.
Are you going short?
Now, let me go back to Russia. Now, Putin said that Orthodox is where Russia took place. Now, One thing you have to know is that the war that is going on in the world is religious. It is spiritual. Because the war between Russia and the West is the war between Catholic and Orthodox. Catholic and Orthodox. That is the war that we are having. Because those are the magnetic centers in the world right now. Right now, the magnetic centers, just like when I was starting this live, I told you the magnetic center is the center that draws everybody towards it. Now, Putin said very well that Orthodox is where Russia took shape, and then Catholic is where the UK took shape. Now, Russia took shape in the Orthodox, UK took shape in Catholic. Up to right now, those were the main two magnetic centers. They were the main two magnetic centers. So, this battle is the battle of the church and the battle of influence.
Bars, which it's not, it wasn't bothered.
And Catholics. So you must also know that the church is the one that is fighting behind the scenes. Because the church is the holder of patriarchy. The church is the one that has patriarchy on its lap like this. So whenever you see politics are fighting, know that behind it is two mothers, which are the churches, Orthodox and Catholics. Now, let's continue. Putin went ahead to say that Ukraine never existed, and actually people who lived at the border of Russia were the ones who were called Ukrainians. And what did the word Ukraine mean? Ukraine meant to live on the outskirts. To live on the outskirts. The way I was telling you, the outskirts, the very farthest end from the magnetic pool, the fringe. And they were living there to do border patrols. So imagine people who are doing border patrols around Russia. These are the people who the West now started influencing. It's like us Africans, we are in Nairobi, and then the West, they come to Samburu. They start telling Samburu, you know, those people in Nairobi, you need to dissociate from them and form your own country over here. That is what happened. So Ukraine took it. But then, by the 13th century, remember we started in 8th century, by the 13th century, Ukraine started crying for help. You know, remember they asked to go independent. Now they started crying for help through human rights, asking everybody to come help them. Due to Ukrainians asking for help in the 13th century, that is when, in 1654, Pan-Russian Assembly was born. Like the same way we have Pan-Africanism. Now the Russians, they decided to birth Pan-Russian Assembly that was meant to take Ukraine back from Europe. You see, it is the same thing. It is the same war. I'm sure as an African it sounds familiar. Now when Russians built the Pan-Russian Assembly to take back Ukraine, this sparked up a war with Poland. Okay? Poland, they started, Poland said, you are not taking Ukraine, or you are not taking Ukraine. And when you look at these people in the map, you will see them. Now, Catherine the Great is the one who was able to take back Ukraine from Poland after Poland were acting, you know, weird there, being influenced by Europe. Later, Ukraine independence, later, Poland started influencing. These people, they don't get tired. Remember, Catherine has already taken Ukraine from Poland. Now Poland again, they come back with time. They influence Ukrainians to start fighting for their own independence against Russia. In a bit to weaken Russia, Poland, they do that. And you know, when by the time they are doing this, they are spiking war with Russia. Until Russia was able to weaken them so much that they decided to ask for help from Hitler. Now, Poland, they asked for help from Hitler. You know who Hitler was? Hitler was a Nazi. A Nazi. I don't know whether they call it Nazi or Nazi. Nazi means force. Whenever you hear people talking Nazism, just know force. By force. Like, I'm coming to your house by force. So, Nazism is force. So, Poland, they tell Hitler, hey, come join us to fight Russia and to fight all these people who are, and Slovakia and whatever, these people who are, you know, frustrating us. But you know, Hitler, it was not possible to enter into a deal with Hitler without promising him something. So the Poland people, they promised Hitler a door. A door is just a pathway. I don't know that it goes between Germany and Poland or something like that. Now, Poland took the deal right before World War II. But after Hitler helped them to invade and eat into Slovakia, Poland did not keep their promise to Hitler. Guys, this is why I tell you, reading history is very important. When you read the history of people like Hitler, people like Osama bin Laden, people like Saddam Hussein, these people who are criminalized, you will realize these people were just standing for integrity. These people were just standing for the true, for their people. So Poland asks Hitler, please help us fight Russia and help us eat into Slovakia. And then we will give you our door. And then Hitler does exactly that. But then when it is time to give Hitler his door, Poland say, we don't have. Do you know what that did? Do you normally hear World War II? World War II that started on 1st September 1939. It started when Poland failed to yield to the demands of Hitler.
All right.
And Hitler felt like he had been tricked. So he blew up. Hitler blew up. Yeah, that was World War I. World War II started in 1945, I think. No, it was World War II, guys. That started in 1939 and ended in 1945. Right? If I'm not wrong. World War II started in 1945 or started in 1939 and ended in 1945. Yes, that's what I know. I know World War II started in 1939 and ended in 1945. So that is what kicked off. There were some other issues that were going on around the world, but Hitler, after Poland told him, go fuck yourself, he said, okay, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you. And that is how the war started. Imagine World War II started with nonsense. Like you promise someone something and then you don't do it.
Like, for example,
and then you blame him for screwing your ass. But anyway, I don't stand with the Nazis. I don't stand with forceful taking of things. But that is what Hitler was. So when Poland was getting into an agreement with him, they knew who he was. They knew Hitler was a crazy person. You cannot tell him that I'm going to give you a door and then you don't deliver. Yeah, they were treaty breakers. So they deserved it, if you ask me. Now, continuing to listen to the interview, you realize countries like Israel and Ukraine never existed. So even South Africans, you need to, that interview is very important for the case that South Africa has against Israel. Israel did not exist. And this is a very interesting thing because it is taking us to the Ark of the Covenant. You always hear Ark of the Covenant, Ark of the Covenant, Ark of the Covenant. You know, Israel was invented to keep the Ark of the Covenant. And it is black people. Listen to this. Anyway, let me not even go ahead of myself. Let me just talk to you guys so that you hear where you are. Now, the question in this entire conversation was about historical ancestral land. That is currently the war that is going on in the entire world, even in South Africa, everywhere. Like, literally everyone is like, ancestral land, in Palestine, ancestral land, in Ukraine, it is all about ancestral land. Now, my question was, like, should people be allowed to take back their ancestral lands from people who illegally attained them? Because the white man does not want anybody going back into history, because they know when anybody goes back into history, it is them that are invading people's land. Now, Hitler's interview is taking us back to the question, do we need to redraw the borders? The Berlin Conference borders that Europeans drew. Should we stick to them? Should we stick to Africa, be having Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Djibouti? Because these are not borders that we are the ones who put. So should we redraw our borders? Those are some of the concerns that Putin has. Or should the borders be rechecked? Should we recheck the Berlin Conference borders? Yeah. Is that a road that the public is willing to take? These are some of the questions that I was asking myself, because literally it will take work. So the issue that Putin has with the West is not even anything else apart from the fact that NATO is continuing to expand. That is the main issue he has. NATO is being led by neo-Nazis. And when I tell you about Nazi, I mean force. We take by force. We come with guns, we take. That's the definition of Nazis. We come with guns, we take. So Russia, as an act of loyalty to the so-called West, he was calling them the so-called West, they put down their sword in order to be invited. They killed the Soviet Union. Russia killed the Soviet Union because they thought they were going to be invited and associated with the collective West. But the collective West had no loyalty. They refused to stop expanding. So you know that the collective West, they're always expanding like a cancer. And they expand through Catholic, through the Vatican, through Christianity. Okay? So this is the main issue that Putin seemed to have. And he was so hurt about it, honestly. Me, when I was watching that thing, I feel like he was so hurt about the fact that Europe's brotherly union is always excluding Russia. But then, I feel like that is also, like, literally, when I was watching the interview, I was like, is Putin bitter or hurt about the fact that NATO has ever included him? Or does he want to get into NATO and kill it from the inside? Because he was saying that he has a problem with NATO spreading, but excluding Russia. Soon, they're bound to forcefully get into Russia, invade and colonize. So Putin was expressing the concerns of, he wanted to negotiate coexistence. So these Africans know that Putin is negotiating for Russia. Putin does not care what goes on in Burkina Faso or whatever. He's looking out for his people. And the reason why Putin has a problem with NATO is because NATO is literally in its borders, colonizing everybody. If everybody in your borders is being colonized for the past 40, 50 years, then you are next. So Putin is like, I am next. So he has issues with NATO because of that. So Africans, do not be deceived thinking that your issues, your grievances are being aired by Putin. Putin only cares about Russia. So Africans, you must know also that Africa is yours for you to care about. Anyway, let's continue. The key takeaways. Now here at the key takeaways is what I want us to talk about the most. Anyway, guys, keep tapping on the screen. Let's get to 300. Get me to 300 there. So, the major key takeaways for Africans that I think from the interview is the rift between Russia. Now, literally, if you watch this interview with me, I hope you agree with me on these things. Because I feel like that entire interview was about the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant. This entire war is about the Ark of the Covenant. What is the Ark of the Covenant? I know a lot of Africans, when you are told the Ark of the Covenant, you don't even know where to place your brain. But from today, I want you to know that if you hear the word Ark of the Covenant, think about international laws, especially the UN Charter of International Laws. There's something called the UN, United Nations. They have a charter of international laws. These international laws are the Ark of the Covenant. They are the laws that are from the Bantus, that are supposed to rule everybody. Nobody is supposed to go against the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant keeps getting passed and displaced and moved for years. Right now, it is in the UN Charter and it has a new name called the UN Charter of International Laws. So first, listen to that properly before we continue. Now, the rift between Russia and the West is being brought by nothing else but disrespect and violation of the Ark of the Covenant, which is popularly known to the West as the UN Charter of International Laws. Now, the United States of America, Putin said that the United States of America let the genie out, the genie. How did they let the genie out? By disrespecting the international laws. Like literally, the Ark of the Covenant has laws that come to the planet after every 24,000 years. And these laws, they are the ones that are supposed to govern the Bantu people. And the Ark of the Covenant belongs to the Bantus. It belongs to the custodians of the law. People who are able to hold the world accountable when they go against the laws. Now, there are certain laws in this particular charter that are not supposed to be broken. But the US, the United States of America, broke it. When they broke the UN Charter of International Laws, do you know what that did? It made everybody start looking at the Ark of the Covenant like this. They rendered it obsolete. They rendered it useless. Because they broke it and there was no repercussion. There was no penalty. And now how did they break it? First of all, by destroying the family unit. Every 24,000 years, we have laws that are supposed to govern that entire generation from the 1st century to the 24th century. We are not yet even in the 24th century and the United States already destroyed the family unit by introducing man-loving man, patriarchy, in order to annihilate the woman. So much that they even have leaders. Like literally, when we say Pluto is entering Aquarius, remember that the world as you know it will never be the same. The world as you know it will never be the same. Like literally, the US is not what it seems. The United States of America is not what it seems. And by destroying the family unit that Putin keeps saying over and over again, they made it possible for a woman to parade, a man to parade themselves as a woman and then have a family. Have you seen the Obamas? The Obamas are very perfect. When you look at it from the outside, you see, oh, this is a man and a woman with their children. The United States are led by men-loving men. Patriarchy in itself, patriarchy is men-loving men. And so that is one of the charters, like the charters of the Ark of the Covenant. There's a part in the Bible that says men shall not wear women clothing and women shall not wear men clothing. People who are dumb, they translate it. Your pastors in churches, they translate that to you as, oh, men should not wear dresses and women should not wear trousers. It's not like that. The clothing is this vessel. This vessel, there's a verse that says, men shall not wear women clothing and women shall not wear men clothing. Like literally, a man should not wear a woman's skin and a woman should not wear a man's skin. Now, going against that, that is one of the international laws that have been broken by the US, and they said, and they broke it so much that they are changing the word woman. They want the word woman to include men. They want the word woman to include men. And these are some of the things that, you know, Russia are indigenous. Russians are ethnic. Russians are like, yo. Another thing that they did was the forceful invasion. The Ark of the Covenant prohibits forceful invasion, violence, robbery with violence. This one is not even the modern Europeans that broke. This one, their ancestors broke from the word go. There is the mainstream spotlight manipulation. Do you know what mainstream is? Mainstream is literally, it comes from the bloodstream. The same way your heart has 4 chambers, pumping blood to all parts of your body every day. That is where the mainstream comes from. The mainstream. That is where you get information. That is where you get oxygen. That is where you get tea. That is where you get news. And the mainstream media in ancient Africa did not involve some journalists sitting on a TV and talking. It involved the tarot readers, the ones that are so neglected right now. Because it was dependent on intuition. It wasn't dependent on memory. When they killed tarot reading, when they killed oracle deck reading, when they killed divine readings, they killed intuition as the mainstream. And so they placed TV in front of you every day so that can be your mainstream. That was a violation of the Ark of the Covenant. And this mainstream spotlight, the mainstream spotlight manipulation, now the way I was asking you, whose spotlight is being showcased? Whose eyes are being shown to the whole world? It is Europe's. So that is why whenever Europe gets itself into a war, it is called world wars. Have you seen how big the African continent is? Have you seen how tiny the Europe is? Imagine when musicians go on tour in that tiny... Take up your maps. Take out your maps and see. Take out your maps and see. When musicians, these European musicians, and by the Africans who, you scream Beyonce, you scream... Don't scream for these people that much. They don't give a fuck about Africa. Because these are the same people who will go on tour in a tiny Europe there, and then they call it world tours. We have a world tour where? And you've not... Africa is the biggest place in the world. You've not gone to Asia, you've not gone to Africa, you're calling it world tour. Enda huko, upanue mkundu huko bana. We need to start telling these people the way things are. And Africans, you need to stop begging. Now Africans are begging, going to Europe that, I also want to be acknowledged in Europe. Do you know how many people are in Europe? Europe does not have a purchasing power that Africa has. Let me show it to some people. Maybe some people don't know what I'm talking about. I want to tell you the place where when musicians go, they call it world tours. Stop watching kubebwa ufala. Stop being carried anyhow. Stop being poured. As Africans, we must say no to being poured for no reason. Now, this is the world map, as you can see. But it's not even coming out as big as I want it to. View image, okay. Girl, take it out. I think you've seen it actually. People who you have the map there, because me, I'm trying to see my images. Okay, so here, you see? Look at this map. This map, Europe is here, guys. If at all you don't know where Europe is, this tiny place over here. This is where they go, and they call it world tour. They call it, I have a world tour. And yet they've not, there's all this space. This space, you don't step in all this space, and then you go here. And you call it a world tour. World tour mkundu. World tour mkundu. That's not a world tour. That's a neighbor tour. A neighbors. You're going to your neighbors there, and then you call it a world tour. African music. Let's support African music. If Africans start doing tours, you have Africans going to Ghana, you're going to South Africa, you're going to Burkina Faso, you're going to Sao Tome, you're going to Tunisia, down to Lesotho, you're going to Botswana, you're going to Madagascar. Do you know how much you would make from that tour? That is now a world tour. That's now a world. If you were to tour Africa, and you know when you start touring Africa, you'll be able to tour Asia. That's a world tour. Let these people who visit small sections not make you afraid that they are doing world. There's nothing world tour about what those people does. There's nothing world tour about about those. No. World tour ushuzi. World tour ushuzi. And then when Russia starts fighting with Ukraine and the UK and Europe, they are calling it world war. Which war? Which world? You know, this is what is called centering yourself. Centering yourself. And Africans are just seated there like, when Europe is busy centering itself everywhere, Africans are like
100%.
Some Africans, they're cheering. Some Africans, they're cheering when these people are centering themselves everywhere. This war that is even between Israel and Palestine it's not even a world war. It's not a world war. When Somalia are fighting with Sudanese, when Somalia are fighting here with Kenya, nobody even hears about it. It's a neighboring thing, and even as we know, we intrinsically know that it is a neighbor's thing. But then, when Ukraine and Russia start, it is world war. When Israel and Palestine, it is world war. Everybody must focus. Don't even tell me that shit, bruh. Me, I will not. Get me out of that. And you are even forcing influencers. People are getting mad at Shira Sevens, the sprinkle lady. People are getting mad at her. Yo, why are you not boycotting? Boycotting what? Boycotting what? Who boycotted when apartheid was happening in South Africa? Who boycotted when Mau Mau were being slaughtered here in Kenya? Omera, don't. If you want to boycott. But don't force everybody. Especially this online thing. I hate online when there is a civil war or when there's something going on. Now you want everybody. Now there are people who are very entitled. As if you are here when I am growing my account every day. I'm growing my account every day. TikTok is removing my videos. TikTok is blocking my thing. I'm struggling every day. I'm sending emails for my videos to be put back on the platform. You think I'm giving work to grow my platform, and then you want to come and dictate that you must talk about Palestine. Marolundi. Marumeru. Don't. In fact, black people should be left to decide on their own whether they want to participate in any global politics or not. I am black people. I must be left alone, and let this be for future reference. Just because I have an account, don't ever think you can come and tell me what to do with my account. As a black person, don't ever think you can force me to post about Palestine. I come from ancestors who they died without even anyone knowing that they died. Leave me. If I want to participate in global politics, I will choose the ones I want to channel my energy to. And black people, you should be like that. Let nobody pressurize you into reposting shit. Let nobody pressurize you into contributing, because also I will tell you what contribution does. The Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant comes with tourism money. The reason why everybody wants the Ark of the Covenant is here. This Ark of the Covenant, the moment you are in charge of international laws, it comes with tourism money. It comes with public funding. It comes with spiritual funding. It comes with emergency contributions from global institutions and charity organizations. Now there are people online here who you lack discipline, you lack knowledge. Right now we don't have the Ark of the Covenant in Africa. You cannot force us to uphold international laws. Go to the UN. Go tell the UN to end the war in Palestine. They have the Ark of the Covenant. We don't. Meaning all money that is contributed towards humanitarian aid, it goes to the pockets of the UN. They are the ones with the Ark of the Covenant. Now, until that Ark of the Covenant is taken back, maybe to South Africa, thank you so much, maybe to Kenya, maybe to Ethiopia, I don't know where it's going to land next. Don't tell us to kill ourselves trying to fight for people who did not even lift a finger. Until the war in Ukraine started, until the war in Palestine started, people did not give a fuck about black people. And this is still black people that come here and defend, of which good for you, but I will not be that black person. Me, I talk for Africa, full stop. So you should stop pressurizing us until the Ark of the Covenant is back to Africa. Don't fuck with us. Don't tell us to support nonsense or shit. Even if Kenya is supporting, I don't know where, leave it. Leave it. Let us make our own decisions. Yeah. Because these people, they want you to work where you do not eat. Humanitarian things are supposed to be taken care of by the people, the holders of the Ark of the Covenant, who are the UN and the European Union right now. Those are the people with the Ark of the Covenant. Africans, we don't have it, and yet when something starts, it's Africa you are looking at to talk. It is Africa you are looking at to talk. It is Africans you are looking at to talk. My friends, Africans, we fight our own battles, oh. We fight our own and Africans, don't be people who you are quick to go. You're just quick to go. You're just quick to mobilize. You are quick to take up. You are doing work with no salary. You will do work with no salary because every work on this particular planet has a salary. The moment you find yourself you're doing work with no salary, know that your salary is being eaten by somebody, and your ancestors will ask you, where is your salary? Your ancestors will ask you, hey, you did the job now. You did the job now. Where is your salary? Every work has a salary on this planet. Even humanitarian works. Humanitarian works, if any humanitarian work goes, like literally if there is genocide, if there is wars, you know, if there's the breach of international law, there are people who have been designated to take care of that. And they're being paid. Do you know how much money the UN gets? You have no idea. But you can tell from the type of cars they drive in your countries. You can always see their cars are their own number plates. They do not, they live above the law. They live above the law, eating big salaries everywhere. But then when there is an humanitarian war going on, they want poor influencers, starving influencers are the ones you're looking at that, oh, influencer talk about way. In fact, me never tell me to do anything if you're not paying me a salary. I will tell you that for free. If you're not paying me a salary, get the fuck out of my face. If it's not money, oh, break some bread, break some bread, break some bread. If you're not breaking any bread, get the fuck out of my face. Yo. Anyway, we'll continue. So the Ark of the Covenant, which is the international laws, became obsolete and useless after constant disrespect by the West. That is what Putin was saying. Now, slavery was legal, apartheid was legal, colonialism was legal, even to date. Colonialism is still legal to date, and even in that interview, that white boy said, he said, big countries control small countries. You know, he said it with so much conviction. I don't know whether his mind was in his body. Towards the end of that interview, he said, of course, big countries must control small countries. Can you look at the maps? Can you look at the maps? Which countries are small countries? You know, and this is why we have the Berlin Conference. We need to really break the Berlin Conference. Because this Berlin Conference has Europe thinking that Africa is small countries. Africa is small countries. That's why that white boy, that Carson, what is his name? Taka, you know, Taka in Kiswahili is rubbish. So that Taka boy was busy, very confidently beating his chest that, you know, big countries must rule small countries. Has he looked into the maps? Does he know the size of Europe? And he's right, by the way, big countries must rule small countries. It's just that he doesn't know which countries are small. And soon he will know. Now, the disrespect of the Ark of the Covenant, the disrespect of the Ark of the Covenant is still on. You know, it's still on and still on. And I don't know whether it will be on until we receive a new one. And I don't know when we will receive a new one, but the disrespect is on. It is very on. And then Russia, Putin also touched on the disease that most indigenous groups have from the West is divide and rule. Is first of all divide and rule. This is, you know, Russia was talking like he was talking for Africa. What they are going through is what we go through here. The disease from the West to indigenous people is divide and rule. You know, separatism, resolving issues using forceful invasion, and then signing treaties with guns on your head. You know, when you see Congolese, they're doing this. Signing treaties with guns on your head. And somebody was asking me here, what about Congo? I will tell you. If there's one thing I've observed in life, in the life of awakening, I've realized that Congo is usually the point of entry. Like literally, for me and so many of my friends, when we started our awakening, like awakening to geopolitics, I'm telling you, like awakening to geopolitics, what is going on in the world, it is Congo that you get into first. It is Congo at the door. So when you see the whole world, like me, when you look at my content, people who ask me to talk about Congo, that is how I know you've not been following me. You started following me yesterday. Because me, my content on this platform was Congo. I started with Congo. Belgium, the king of Belgium, the king of Belgium. Look at Belgium in the map. Belgium is a tiny country like this. King Leopold, who was leading 2 people in Belgium, as a gift, as a birthday gift, he was given Congo. He was told, go butcher that one the way you want. Congo is the entry point into awakening geopolitics. So when you see the collective is currently at Congo, us, we've been at Congo. People who have awakened, we've been at Congo, and we've made noise about it. It's just that not so many people were making noise too during those times. But we've been at Congo. We've been at Congo since Leopold. Since the chopping of hands of innocent children for not picking enough rubber. Children were being, you think right now is when they are being made to mine so that iPhones can be made. Congo the hands of kids were being chopped for not collecting enough. Congo has been that you're seeing today. It's just that now the whole world is joining, and when the whole world is joining, welcome. It only means that the entire world is now awakening to geopolitics. Welcome. As we already have the front seat. Welcome. Sit down. Let's continue. Now, one very important thing that also was said by Putin that I want to, like, you guys to think about so much. I've been talking about this so much. The mainstream media, my war with the mainstream media, you know it, and especially the rotten mainstream media in Kenya, the gideri. Hiyo ya akina Lineal Muli, hata nisiongee vibaya. Wamejaja hapo ni kama wamemwagwa kwa viti waongee mafi. Anyway, peddling rumors of war and imaginary Russian threat that are all fake to instill fear and chaos in the public so that the Ark of the Covenant is not taken back to its true custodians. This war between Palestine and Israel, that war, if it goes on the way it's supposed to go, and Israel is properly scrutinized, it is going to give us the thread that leads us back to the true custodians of the law, the true Israelites that deserve the Ark of the Covenant. Now, one thing I will tell you about Europe, Europe is dead, guys. Europe is not even, you know, the people who are still asleep, they think that Europe is still running the show. Europe is nowhere. Like literally, even among top five, we have the top 4 in economy. The people who are leading in economy and technology are China, India, Japan, Russia. But then predictions are coming. I even posted about this on my page. Asia is stabilizing. You know, Asia started their economy started growing a long time ago. It's been going like this. But then it is reaching a point where it is going to start stabilizing. I hope I have a pen here that I can write. No, I don't. But then I guess you're getting what I'm saying, like the graph. I'm talking about the graph. Let me draw with this. The graph of China, of Asia has been going like this economy, and then it will go like this. Right now it is at a place where it's going like this, then it is bound to go like this. While that of Africa is going like literally, Africa is when Africa are starting to shoot. By the time Asia, let me not even draw it up here. Look at this, look at this. My goodness, oh my goodness. Let me draw it somewhere amazing. So let me tell you the purchasing power. Let me not even call it economy, the purchasing power. The purchasing power of Asia currently is like this. It's gone this way. And then that one of Africa. You see, this is Africa, this is Asia, this is the prediction. Currently the purchasing power of Asia is here. It is starting to stabilize and then it is bound to start going down. If you know mathematics and you know how the graphs work, the purchasing power of Asia, they are the ones at the top now. But you know, when we are looking at, even Putin was talking about them as modern, current affairs, is that the purchasing power of Asia is here. It rose so rapidly, and then now it is at a point where it's stabilizing, and then it will start going down. Now this is Africa. Africa has not even reached half of its purchasing power. So the prediction is coming, there's a point where Africa is going to be here. And you know this? This is what Europe does not want. Europe does not want Africa to reach at a point where their purchasing power surpasses Asia and the whole world. But then when you look at the African population, it is the youngest. It is the most fastest growing. Africa is the future. And so, you know, Europe is seeing that China have already seen that, so they are making ties in Africa. They know they are the superpower. And when you are the superpower, you befriend the person that is going to be the most powerful in the future. So China, they're already befriending Africa. Europeans map is like this. Let me show you how Europeans is. And Rata Sichochi, this is the graph of Europe. It's already at its worst. Like it's already behind. Europe is already behind. And so, because Europe is already behind, do you know what they want to do? They want to kill the whole world with them. You remember the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima? You remember the start of World War II, World War I, the Cold Wars? These were Europeans not wanting to adapt to this. Those were Europeans postponing this. And this is why every time we are live, I tell you, Africans, we need to maintain. Because when we keep going the way we are going to go so far. This is what Europe prevents by bombing the world. They never want Africa to reach, to become the highest in purchasing power. So when they see that that is going to happen, right now everybody knows. Right now everybody knows that Africa is going to reach out a point. In the future, Africa is the superpower. Everybody knows. And the people who are using their common sense, like Putin, they're already making ties in Africa. China is already here. You know, Indians are starting to, write their ways with Africans. Everybody wants to be friends of Africa, but Europe knows it is the sworn enemy of Africa. And right now, South Africa is already demanding to put Europe through the way of the cross. You know the way of the cross? If you're Catholic, you know the way of the cross. So they are making up rumors of war, telling you, oh my God, Russia threat, Russia is a threat. telling you, oh, people should fight. They want people to fight so that we don't have a beginning. Because they know we are at a point of limbo. We are at a point where it is the waiting period, the period of the unknown, the in-between, where we've moved from the old and we are entering the new. They don't want that. So they want, because they know they can't own up. Like literally just owning up. Some people cannot own up and say, I was wrong. Forgive me. You think the world won't forgive? The world can forgive. Maybe not, or maybe yes, but me, that one I cannot make for myself. But just apologizing is what Europe does not want to do. Apologizing is what they'd rather they kill the internet. In fact, you will start hearing, if you've not already started hearing, you will start hearing rumors of, oh, the internet might disappear, the social media might disappear, we might have a darkness. Europe does not want people, the public, to hold them accountable. But me, I will tell you, Africans, we hold tight. Forward ever, backward never. Forward ever, backward never. Military focus. Right now, in your own personal life, what you need to do, do. Make sure you move. Don't start thinking that, oh, the world might end, the world might end. It will make you to start psychically sabotaging yourself. And that is what the colonizer wants you to do.
You heard me?
They want you to get into a panic mode and manifest an apocalypse. And they're pushing you to manifest an apocalypse so much that Obama even released an apocalypse movie to people, you know, hating China. Did you see that Leave the World Behind? Did you see how Leave the World Behind was insinuating that China is the problem? Did you see? Did you see how they were saying, oh, China is China? Why? Because they were banking on finding a foolish crowd that still loves them for no reason. Do you remember the yes we can? The yes we can era? Do you remember the yes we can era? They thought that they were going to release the world, leave the world behind, and find the yes we can, who are now doing everything, like going to hate on Korea and China. Because, you know, they just wanted you to hate Korea and China, that they are tampering with your personal information. Which personal information? Some of us, we are very authentic. Come and me, put cameras everywhere. I will show, in fact, I will show up for you to record even more. So when they start saying that, oh, personal information is being leaked, some of us, we don't care about being seen. There's so many people who don't care. Even if you put a camera everywhere in my house and see how I live, what will you do with it? You know, people who are scared, who have something to hide, are the ones who care about such kind of things. Some people have nothing to hide, honestly. And everything they do, they are able to bring it to the front. If you want to bring it to the front line to be seen by everybody, they will still stand in court and tell you, play the video. I am living my life. What do you want to hold me against? I'm living my life. I'm not violating any Ark of the Covenant rules. I'm not going against any of my ancestors. Play the video. Let's see. I will defend every part of it. But then there are people who, they don't want their information to be known because they are hiding. You know, America, it's not what it seems. You might think that, you know, Beyonce is married to a man. Kume is a woman. Don't be shocked, oh. And I'm not saying that's a fact, but I'm just saying that is the type of of knowledge that you should be prepared for as the public. The type of knowledge that will shock your DNA. The type of knowledge that will shock your DNA. That is the type of knowledge that you need to prepare for. You need to prepare for you know, you might find out Taylor Swift is not even a woman. And this is why it is being pushed so much. You know, a woman does not, you know, they want to define woman. They want to make sure that the word woman is for everyone. Mimi nitacheka tu. Mimi nitakuwa naona information, I just smile na naendelea na kazi yangu. Ni condition, sisi Kenya tu condition as a kwetu. At least Obama, we can talk about Obama because Obama is Kenyan. So tutakondeshwa tu na za kwetu. You know, Kenya has been associated with with Obama so much. People, Kenyans are always saying, at least Obama is from Kenya. After that information, let's wait and see if you will proudly say that. In fact, you will not even want to know people to know that Obama is from Kenya. Wacha tukondeshe na za kwetu wana. Tutakondeshwa na za kwetu. That entire Hollywood scene, the people who are there, you will realize that they are cats parading as human beings in Hollywood. And when the news comes out, guys, don't be shocked. Just consume it as you go. Don't also dwell on the news. When the news comes, you and then you continue. You consume, you continue. You don't dwell and start saying that, oh my God, why did they lie to us for years like that? We don't care. We move. Yes, una meza kama umesonga. Nani mewa. If news comes out that, you know, Jay-Z is actually a woman, not a man, don't be shocked. Jua nimewa warn. But know that nothing is as it seems. Especially with Europe, nothing is as it seems. Nothing is as it seems. So there's something that Putin also said, that it's not about the personality of the leader, it's about the mood of the elites. So also know your president. Kenyans, you like to dissociate so much from your president. That your president is a representation of the elites in your country. Never throw stone at the president. Look at the president now. After saying that, look at the president of America. Look at the president of America, and you will see the type of elites America has. Look at the president of America, and you will see the type of elites America has. The president is the representation of the mood of the elites. A president does not just choose himself. It takes a lot to become a president. It takes a lot of support from the top layers. So when you see as president of a country now, me, the country that I admire the most now is Burkina Faso. Look at the president of Burkina Faso. It should tell you the type of brains Burkina Faso has. And even here in Kenya, me, I'm still proud of my president. That is the representation of elitism in Kenya. And trust me, our president is going to be one of the most respected people in the coming years. Right now, just disrespect. Just disrespect. The most disrespected are the ones who become the most respected with time. Just disrespect right now. A lot of people are disrespecting our president because you don't know how to deal with a white man. You don't know how to deal with a white man, especially when it comes to trickery. The white man is a manipulator. There's nothing like integrity when it comes to dealing with these breakers of the Ark of the Covenant. When they break the Ark, if they are capable of breaking the Ark of the Covenant, there is no way you can negotiate with them through integrity. You have to have a president who is also rogue, a president who can also connive, a president who can also lie and cheat and steal. If you're dealing with thieves, your president has to be a thief, my friend. The UK are not angels where we need a president who is an angel who listens to everybody. A lot of people don't know what we are dealing with. That's why you keep opening your mouth like an empty debe, talking shit about a president you don't even know. And most of the time, Kenyans, I will tell you, stop listening to the news. If you want to know who Ruto is, our president, listen to Ruto. Listen to what he says without filtering it through somebody else's dirty brain and contaminated eyes. Listen to that, to him. And if truly from listening to him you feel like they need to judge him, then do so in your porridge brain. But people who are educated and know where the world is going to and can see astrological placements, oh, Ruto is the best president. I hope he stays for 3 terms. to even change the system of election to be a monarchy. Because literally, leadership needs to be monarchy. It needs to run in the blood. Leadership needs to run in the blood until it reaches a point where that blood is now contaminated. Let's move to another blood. That's how Africa used to be. Leadership used to run in the blood. Tell that to Kenyans and you will see them jumping everywhere. Oh my God, as if they wanted to be president. As if they have a son that wants to be president. Kenya not choosing Raila is, we dodged a bullet. We dodged a bullet. And I will talk to people who went to the University of Nairobi during the reign of Luos. Luos are infected patriarchals. Luos are the white man. They do things forcefully. When we were in the University of Nairobi, if you are from any other tribe, you could not do anything. You could not even get a talk show. You could not even use certain gates. People who were in the University of Nairobi during Akina Babu Owino time, please tell these people the truth about how chaotic it was when Luos were leading the University of Nairobi. It was terrible for other tribes. Luo men would just kill anybody. They would, like University of Nairobi boys would kill each other. Akina OCS died like a joke. Because patriarchal, Raila was the white man leading like the white man. Through force, by force. We dodged a bullet. Force and zero plan. That is why this guy who is in charge of work, I don't know whether it's called Waititu or something, Kivuitu or something. Kenyans did not even listen to him when he said Azimio did not even have office. Guys, Azimio wanted to get out of the field into the State House. Azimio did not even have an office, yes, at all. They did not even have an office throughout the entire campaign period. They did not even have a place where they were meeting. They were meeting aimlessly in the field and in people's houses. And those are the people you wanted to get into government. You would have seen fire on this world. And you know, us Luos, we wouldn't have seen fire. Because I was in the University of Nairobi and I saw the leadership of Luos. Patriarchal and force. We dodged a bullet. You will never see it because it will never happen, but I thank God we dodged a bullet. We dodged a bullet. We were about to get people into office who are going to ransack everything. They were going to even, let me predict for you what would have happened if Raila would have gotten into office. Kikuyus with businesses, those businesses would have been taken away from you by force. By force. That is what was happening in UN, as micro, so macro. In UN, we had Luos who every month they would go to every tax shop, they're demanding for rent. And yet they are just students like everybody else. I will tell you, Omudu, mimi ni mujaluo, abro wacho niye wangi. Luos are still infected and infested with patriarchy. I will tell you that for free. And it is in Luo women and Luo men, all of them. All of us, let me even include myself, still invested in patriarchy and war. It is there. Ariamoto, it is there. You can see it. And people who went with me to the University of Nairobi, you know what I'm talking about. I was sad when I was in the University of Nairobi just seeing the type of political system that we have. I feared for men. I feared for men who are going to the University of Nairobi because every day you would hear a boy died. A boy died. And the ones we were with in class, they would come, Akina Biko would come to class with swollen faces. Swollen faces, you're asking them what happened over the weekend until we were in a war. Luos were not ready to lead, oh. Luos were not ready to lead. I'm glad that leadership went to the Talai. I'm glad that leadership went to the Talai. And you will cry tears for Raila. Your grandmother cried tears for Raila. Your great-grandmother cried tears for Raila. Your mother cried tears for Raila, and your father cried tears for Raila, and you are crying tears for Raila, and your children will cry. Stop the tears, my friend. Stop the tears. And sometimes you even look at someone, and his intentions, and then you see, is this one even capable of being a leader? Like literally, the writings are always on the walls. And me, I'm glad I'm glad that Raila did not win. Because we dodged a bullet. It would have been chaos. In fact, some of us wouldn't have managed to live in Kenya. We would have moved. We would have gone to other places. Because Kenya would have been unlivable for people who are of safe mind. It would have been a goon territory. Kenya would have been a goon territory. And do you know why Abro Ketobudo? This violence of Luos, we see it from the family. From the family units. Luos come from the most violent places. Luos are the people who come from homes where their mothers are beaten. I came to live in Bantu lands. Right now I live in Bantu lands. Literally, women here are not beaten the way Luo women are beaten by their husbands. They were our mothers. We saw. Growing up, patriarchy is everything. Yes, I am a traitor, my dear, but I will have to say the truth, because we need to finish it. We need to finish the war that Luo men subject everyone to. Luo men are violent and rogue. You're violent and rogue. You do not protect. Some of us, we grew up even with brothers who are the most violent to us than anybody else. You people are violent to your own. Growing up with women who are beaten every day. If it is not your mother being beaten here, it is another woman being beaten over there. In Luoland, beating women is a norm. It is the order of the day. Men are so hardened with their tiny, fragile egos, always wanting women to babysit. If you don't babysit your man's ego, you are beaten apart. It is what it is, and Luos, you need to rectify that, because these boys that beat you up, they are your sons. It is the Luo women that give birth to these men that end up beating everybody. And when they start beating, they beat in their house, and then they leave, they go beat outside. And do you know why? Because Luo men are big. They are naturally big and scary. These men are naturally big and tall and scary. But then their hearts, I have brothers who are Luos, who are very big and scary. But then inside their hearts, they're the most fragile things. And then they go out there, they meet with groups that tell them that, you know, with your height, with the way you're scary, you can scare everyone. And then they try it, they find out it's true, so they become goons. Goons wa kutembea sasa na kifua hivi. Goons sasa kutembea na kifua. Beating everybody, slapping everybody. I don't like it. I don't like it. That is one of the reasons I got myself out of Luo lands. Just to find an environment that is safe and not violent. I came to Bantu. I live among the Agikuyu. Women are the ones to say here. Here there's no. Here you just don't speak. Here is women to say. In fact, women being beaten is something that I don't hear. When I was growing up in Luo, as young as I was, every week there were 5 women beaten. Every day there must be drama somewhere. A woman is being beaten. Every day there must be drama somewhere. A woman is being beaten. And sometimes it went so high, so much that men are agreeing for a woman to be beaten. Ay, hapana. Mimi si wenyu, mimi nilishatoka o. I decided nope. I don't even look at Luo men. I just decided nope. Nope. And I started canceling Luo men with my own brothers, with my own father. And I just canceled. I said nope. This area is not for me. I don't have a body to be beaten. The way my mother was beaten. I have a body not to be beaten like that. And maybe the Luos in the city, no. Because I remember we grew up in the city for some time. So the city is also the same. It's also the same. So, check that. Patriarchy in Luo is as violent as patriarchy in the West. Patriarchy in Luoland is as violent as patriarchy in the West, and that is why the UK literally loved it so much when Luos and Kikuyus were fighting. When the matriarchs and the patriarchs are fighting, the West loves it. In fact, they fund it. They fund it so that, Luos continue to butcher, and continue to fight and continue to destroy things. It makes them happy. It makes the UK happy. But it has to stop. It has to stop. It has to stop. It has to stop. Me, you will call me a traitor, you will call me whatever. Me, I will tell you the truth. And Raila not being the president is a huge bullet that Kenya dodged. And you will see it. Usually, the things that make history, you only see it after it has passed. You will see. You will see. Sasa somebody saying, utangoja content iishe. Najua umekuwa ukifinya mkundu content iishe, but imagine every time utanipata tu hapa na content. Every time utanipata tu hapa na content naendelea. Nasonga mbele kama injili. I do mean no content. My friend, people started telling me a long time ago, and let me just tell you about their story. When I started blowing up on TikTok, there are these Kenyan celebrities. You know, the celebrities are usually, I don't know how the celebrity scene work, but there's a celebrity who texted me. You know me, when I started creating content, I was interacting with the audience. I'm replying. And then a Kenyan celebrity texted me and told me, hey, you don't need to do that. You're a big fish now. You don't need to reply to people. I was just like, what? I just looked at that thing and I laughed so hard. And then I just continued. Like, no, me, I have to interact with my audience. I have to interact with my audience. And me, gosh, I will just do me. I remember also them telling me that, oh, you won't last long. Wewe, nini hamjui dunia inaelekea wapi? You know, some of us before, I think these people were texting me because they thought I became this by accident. Literally, there's some of us who know that, like, I don't know. Some people might think that when I'm saying this, I'm bragging, but I'm saying this for the people who can relate. Literally, me ever since I was young, I was preparing myself for. I always knew at the back of my mind that, oh, a time is coming when you're going to be seen by a lot of people. You better prepare. And so I just started preparing myself just to make sure that by the time that time is coming, now I'm ready. I can make my own clothes. I was preparing for this shit, bro. I was even doing interviews by myself saying that, oh, now how can I speak in public? And I even take turn. You know, I have an interview there with me, and then I have me there. And literally. So by the time I was getting into this shit, I already knew how I was going to move in it. I already knew which direction I wanted to take. And then I get in and people are like, hey, that's not the way to move. Hey, that's not the way. But I've been planning myself. And even the way I got here was like literally from me knowing that, oh, this is now how I enter. So guys, also always just don't listen to people. Don't listen to people, because some of the people who told me, who behaved like they wanted to teach me how to become an influencer, some of them I'm doing better than them right now. In this way of mine that I'm stubborn, you know, people think I'm stubborn. I don't know how to properly take advantage. Some people come into my life and they tell me, I don't know how to properly take advantage. My friends, your direction is more important than your speed. Some people are busy rushing, going nowhere. They don't have direction. The speed is 100%, but direction not there. There are people who the speed is 2%, but the direction, nyeh. So where you go where you are going. Just go where you are going. And let other people to go where they are going. And this, I will tell you, don't listen to people too much. You always know where you're going. You intrinsically know where you're going. So most of the time, even people who want to become influencers, or you have that feeling that you'll be famous, when you are somebody who you'll be known by more than 1,000 people, you will feel it. You will feel it. From childhood, you will feel it. It will be written in your birth charts. It will be everywhere. The writings will be on the walls. So don't listen to people also. Don't listen so much. Don't copy people so much. Nobody's going where you're going. Nobody has your assignment. So just go with how you're going. Go with the speed that you're comfortable with, because also nobody knows where you're coming from and nobody knows where you're going, and especially where you're coming from. So people will judge you. Don't be afraid to be perceived. People will perceive you whichever way they feel like it. People will look at you and feel like, oh, she's not doing this, she's not doing this. You do it. If you feel like somebody else is not doing something, go do it. That's how I always tell people nowadays. If you feel like there's something I'm not doing, go do more. Me, the energy I'm giving already, that's enough. That's all I can give. That's all I can give. So yeah. Yeah. What about Bill Gates? Me, I don't want to talk about this. Oh, thank you so much. Guys, if you have gifts in the comment section, you know what to do. 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 Today, I was here to talk about Putin. And I think I've done a lot of that. And now I want to just entertain you guys a little bit and leave. Yo. I talk so much, I sweat. Anyway. Gosh, what is wrong with these guys? Thank you, Good Life. Yeah, so you are a whole lot of inspiration. Thank you. Anyway, guys, that is all. Me, what I can tell you, somebody's asking me about digital ID. What I can tell you is, as long as we are in this world together, don't act like you're on it alone. Some of you act like you're on it alone, like you're being targeted or whatever. As long as you're getting into shit together, let's go. Know that you are not on this world alone. That alone should make you be confident and fear nothing. And don't fear death. If you're meant to die, you will die when you're meant to die. So don't fear anything. Don't fear. As long as we can sit down and discuss things and come into an amicable agreement as per the Ark of the Covenant, then we do it. And one thing that I hope South Africa is going to do is to revive the Ark of the Covenant. Like literally to look into the laws, the ones that were scrapped off, scrutinize the UN's Charter of International Laws, so that we literally just know that even though we are moving the same way Putin said, if we're going to move forward with artificial intelligence, then laws have to be there. Laws have to be put in place to run. Your eyes tear into my soul. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, before I finish, I hope I have a problem because just isolate. Anyway, what I wanted to say before leaving this particular live is I hope that you guys are, keeping up with the times. Like literally, there are people that I talk to here every other Wednesday. And I even talked to you last time about adjusting your bearing so that you move in a way that intuition comes before memory. The night comes before the day. So that you adjust your psyche also. If you want to actively move away from the patriarchal system or the patriarchal setup. So yeah, I love it. I love you too, my dear. Where does AI sit in the spiritual world? let me tell you, some of you think that anything can be created on this planet that God has not already divinely orchestrated. Inventions are not invented by man. They already exist. Even internet, even mobile phones that we use right now, we are not the first people to use them. So even AI, we will not be the first and we will not be the last people to bring it back into reality. These are things that already exist. They're only waiting for human beings to remove them from heaven and bring them to earth. And the type of human being that removes it from heaven and brings it to earth matters. The type of vessel that removes it from heaven and brings it to earth matters, because their own spirit is going to be in it. So when it comes to things like artificial intelligence, don't disrespect God. Don't think that God is not in charge of all. God is in charge of all. God is the one running everything at the end of the day behind the scenes. So just know that as long as you have the God molecule in you, then you are connected to all. All. You're connected to all. So even this AI that you might think that Elon Musk is the one who has made it, but you will realize that he won't even be able to control it. It is just like saying, when Alexandria the Great came, I don't even want to say the Great, when that Alexandria guy came to Egypt, to Kemet, he wrote it that he's the one who discovered Kemet. But Kemet was there. Kemet was always there. So the white man will always say, I discovered it. But you cannot discover anything. You can only raise your vibration to a level where the universe gives it to you. You cannot discover anything. So just everything as it comes, scrutinize. If it is aligned, participate. If it is not aligned, don't participate. Just the same way some of us, we did not participate in Valentine's today. Some people did. Did anyone die? No. Maybe someone did, but not the one that I know of, So take what resonates on this planet. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If AI comes out and it doesn't resonate with you, leave it. Even right now, there are people who don't use mobile phones. They don't have mobile phones, and they're still existing and they're still alive. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you feel like AI will be detrimental to you, just like the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, you have the right to take it or not. Take it or leave it. If you feel like a chip being planted in your brain is something to go for it. If you feel like scanning your eyes is something to go for it. But then if you don't, in this world, there's no marking scheme right now. Right now, there's no marking scheme. So if you're a copycat, prepare to die. Start preparing for your funeral. If you're a copycat, somebody who copy-pastes, start preparing for a funeral, because you're going to die soon. You will not survive. The future that we have is only for independent minds. Only independent minds can navigate the type of astrological placements that are coming. So if you don't have an independent mind, start digging your grave. Start buying a coffin so that you also reduce the works of your relatives. Just start preparing to die, because you will not survive. If you're somebody who, a vaccine comes and you're like, oh my God, should I take it? Should I not? Should I take it? Should I not? If you're that type of a person, get ready to die. You will not survive. You will not survive the coming years. Have you ever heard of natural selection? We are you're going to see it. We are the generation that is going to experience natural selection fresh, and we're already experiencing it from COVID vaccine. The system will just cut people off slowly like that. If you're stupid, cut off. If you don't trust your intuition, cut off. If you're dumb, cut off. If you are a copycat, cut off. You will be cut off. You will be cut off and you will be the one cutting yourself off because you are the one who will be taking, the same way you went and took the COVID vaccine, you will take it. You will kill yourself. You are the one who will cut yourself off. So, hapa ni pole pole, even somebody like me, there comes at times when I will not tell anybody what to do. I will only do what I feel fit to do. Because sometimes what I feel fit to do might kill you. Sometimes what I feel fit to do might destroy you. So there's no copy pasting here. It will not be possible. You cannot copy paste. You will copy paste someone's answer and it will be the death of you. Yo, me, I'm just happy. Yo, it's a risky time. It's a risky time. It's a Squid Game time. But guess what? If nature is the one in charge, then if you love yourself, then you know you're on the winning team. If you're an independent thinker, you know you are on the winning team. If you are, the birds, the eagles, know you are on the winning team. Can you explain the features and their shape meaning again? Hey, that one now I will take time to actually come and do it like from the beginning to the end. Because the way your eyes are shaped, maybe I still say the eyes. I said the nose. Now, maybe let me just say, the eyes, you realize the eyes are usually shaped differently. There are people who have eyes that goes like this. There are people who have eyes that go like this. If your eyes are like this, you are somebody who is naturally very trusting. You come from a lineage of people who have never had to deal with deep levels of manipulation, deep levels of distrust. People who have eyes that look like this, these people have survived strong winds and strong suns. These are people who have survived strong winds. Like literally, their eyes has evolved. They come from lineages where their eyes have evolved to withstand the pressure of strong wind. You know what wind is spiritually? Or to withstand the pressure of strong sun. You know what the sun is spiritually? The sun is memory. The winds are the spirits. So if you have eyes like this, know that you come from ancestors who don't trust easily. You come from ancestors who scrutinize using their eyes. The eyes that don't trust easily. They're the ones that look like that. Now we have the nose. The nose that is very wide open, it lets the air a lot of air in, meaning it has the capability of discerning a lot of air at a go. Literally, that is what it is. So the smell, the nose is associated with the smell. The ability to smell a lot at once translates to the ability to be able to discern behavior. You're very good at discerning behavior. Like literally, you can judge someone's character by just looking at them. You can smell someone's character from their body into your nose without them even having to behave first. That is what having very big nose means. The opposite of a big nose is a nose that is tiny, that it translates just to that. And a nose that is pulled like this, that takes very little air. You don't have the capacity to discern a lot of behavior. Now when it comes to lips, big lips, like literally lips represent, the bigger your lips, lips represent taste. Okay, first of all, the mouth represents taste and speech. And so taste, when you taste, like being able to taste something comes with the ability to say the truth. Like for example, if I was to taste this thing and be like, it's water. Just being able to taste and deliver truth. Now, there are people who they will taste like this.
Oh, hold on.
And because they are manipulative and tell you it's alcohol.
Hello?
Now, when you are somebody who you lie a lot, your lips will be very small. Your mouth will want you not to speak. Your body doesn't want you to speak. So when your body doesn't want you to speak, it goes like this. But then the bigger the lips, it shows, it is like literally a physiological proof that you're somebody who you say the truth, like you speak truth. Your mouth has the ability to birth truths. So that's what it is.
Huh?
I lie a lot in my lips. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, I might say these things jokingly, but these things are things I've studied, and that is what it is.
I'm gonna cut it up.
Uh-huh.
So that when you guys
If you find that your lips are being small, it's like your body is trying to stop you from speaking. Your body is trying to stop you from speaking because you lie a lot.
let's say in like
So you'll be like.
50
But then if your lips are big,
you girl could
your body is rewarding you for speaking the truth. So it will go like. Speak more. Speak more. Yeah, somebody asked me that, guys. And I literally, that's what it is. So I hope Africans need to know these things. You know, Africans are the ones who everyone has been making fun of for the longest time. When they make fun of Africans, they are making fun of intuition. They are making fun of divine feminine. And divine feminine is the one that the colonizer wanted to kill the most. Intuition is the one that the colonizer wanted to kill the most. A long neck shows the ability to see the future. Like literally, you are somebody who your intuition allows you to see the future before it arrives. You are like a literal giraffe. You can see far. A long neck means you can see far. You can't be myopic with a long neck. If you're myopic and you have a long neck, hey, go for demons to be removed out of you. Where I got big lips, trust me, if you have big lips and you lie, thank your ancestors. They already told the truth for you. But go down your generation, have babies, let them lie. Then let those babies have babies, let them lie. By the time you're reaching your 4th generation, you will have no lips in your generation. Continue like that. Continue like that. Or ears, like literally, ears, it's also the same. Like big ears have the ability to, it's like, have you seen that DSTV panel? Is it funnel, DSTV funnel? Like, when the funnel is big, it is able to collect more. When the funnel is small, it collects less. So literally the ear is also like that. The dish, the DSTV dish. That is what I usually used to compare the ear to. Yeah, eye color as well. Eye color shows how long you've stayed on this planet. Like literally how long the intention that is you has been on the planet. So when your eyes resemble the color of the ground, there are people who their eyes resemble the color of water.
Recording, so I'm gonna call you.
Some people their eyes resemble the color of earth. Some people their eyes resemble the color of air. Some people their eyes resemble the color of, you know, the vegetation. Tongue is just taste, guys. And when you see people like literally the length of your tongue also shows how convincing you are. Heavy people with heavy tongues have a hard time telling the truth. Big nyonyos is about feelings. You are somebody who you feel a lot. When you see somebody has big nyonyos, even if they have a business face, they have a resting bitch face, just know that is a feeler. That's a feeler. Forehead is about brains, like literally.
Forehead is about brains.
The forehead is about having a brain that can see.
You have a brain that can
Small nyonyo is you are not a feeler. You are not a feelings person. You're not into feelings that much.
I knew it.
Yes. The darker the eyes, the longer you've been on the planet.
The darker your eyes, the longer you've been on the planet.
My eyes are really black.
Guys, like literally the information you've been thinking about Africans that you thought made Africa inferior, those information made Africans intelligent, the most intelligent people. Like the easiest one that people always go to is the fact that our ancestors walk naked. Mficha uchi hazai, and that is the reason why we have a generation where there's literally me right now when somebody tells me they are broke, me I don't take them seriously. Like when they tell me like they are struggling, not even broke is okay. When somebody tells me they are struggling, I don't take them seriously because literally right now there is everywhere to make money. The only thing you need to do is be naked, spiritually naked. There's money everywhere. There's platforms with money. Money is being peddled everywhere. But the fact that people certain people cannot take their clothes off, they'd rather stay poor. There are people who they'd rather be poor than take their clothes off and actually step into their divine purpose. So when our ancestors used to walk naked, it was just a literal physical encouragement for a society, towards a society that is not afraid to be perceived.
I'm just looking for a title.
Is not a society that is not afraid to be perceived. People are so afraid to be perceived so much that even sitting here and talking to audience like this, some people cannot do. They cannot do because they judge themselves too much. They cannot even be naked. Nakedness is good. Being naked is good. Sex is good. Sex creates. Sex, without sex, nothing can be created on this planet. Nakedness is good. This is why I'm telling you, Pluto in Aquarius is about to, some people are going to be cardiac arrested. Because everything you've known is going to be transformed to look upside down. And know that in Africa, come to Africa 100 years from now, it is naked. Africa is going to be naked. It's going to be we are going to move as the people awaken. More people are going to be more naked. As people awaken, more people become more naked. It is natural. As people become indoctrinated, more people wear clothes more. People become brainwashed, more people wear clothes more. And you can see it with Europe and Africa. When Europe was indoctrinated and colonized and under the war, they were the ones who were wearing very big clothes with a cloth that when I sit here, I'm covering everywhere. They used to wear so many clothes, like 20 clothes in one body. Then they became awakened. They were told, oh, you know, now the awakening was now not straight. The awakening was a trickery, was treacherous. They were told that, oh, by then you are better than black people. That is what awakened Europe.
I'm good. Yep.
Europe woke up by being told you are better than black people. That's when they started now, at least now being naked a little bit, showing their tiny butts a little bit, you know. While they were doing that, Africa was taking their clothes. Now Africa is the one now covering up. Africa is the one now covering up. While Europe is walking naked, Africa is covering up. But while Africa was walking naked, Europe was covering up. It's always like that. The seesaw is always like this. The seesaw is always like this. What if you dream you're naked? When you dream you're naked, there's somebody invading your privacy. It says that someone is looking through your phone when you are asleep or when you are not around.
Oh. Okay.
Or someone is spying on you. Anyway, guys, I think this is the end. Thank you guys so much for being here. As usual, you know what we do. Every Wednesday, I'm here. It's 14th. Yeah, it's 14th. It's literally 14th February, the middle of the month. So thank you guys for being here. And I know today was Valentine's. A lot of people are having sex. But at least thank you for, you know, taking your time to still be here even though you're supposed to be having sex with your guys or girls. Thank you for being here and let the expansion begin. Go on, let the expansion continue. My special students, we keep going. My special students, we keep going. And I hope you guys are going to have a beautiful February. And see you guys next Wednesday. Wewe uko na mpoa. Wewe acha kuuliza hiyo. Acha kuuliza hiyo. Wewe kama sisi siku hizi hatusemi. Siku hizi sisi tunaacha tu mlango wazi. Mwenye anataka kuingia, ingia urudishwe ama ingia ukae. Ingia urudishwe ama ingia ukae. Anyway, niwega. Bye. I love you, Mama. Thanks. Okay, bye, guys. Welcome to. Yeah, I'll come. Good night to my people in Kenya, and then good morning to everyone else. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to people who are in different places. Forward ever, backward never. And I hope now you know the Putin's interview. Guys, I hope now you know what if at all you did not know, I hope you know what Putin's interview was all about. In case you did not know. Euriti. Yeah, I from Malaysia. Hi. I love the fact that you love girls like I. Yeah. Mimi ni wasichana wana. Mimi sina time na ugly vitu. Wanaume are so ugly, I can't. Yo, I can't. The men of our time are too ugly for me.
She said the men are too ugly.
And they have like
Gross.
Roast?
Yeah.